goes off or what, or am I going to follow him over the edge,
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Championship game here tonight on Fox Sports Radio. Hi, everybody, along with Joe Auburn, Tommy Norris, and the crew from SummitCitySports.com. I'm Joe Parson. We've got Homestead against Carroll on tap here tonight at Dave Walters Memorial Stadium. It's a rematch from about 5 weeks ago in the regular season, with Homestead winning at Charger Field on that night, 42-15. But Carroll is putting things together, Joe, and we're at the right time, and now with a 3-game winning streak, and very much enjoying an avenging 42-31 victory over a Snyder team it had lost to by 1 point earlier this season.
Yeah, huge win last week, and Carroll's probably one of the most improved teams in the area. Only 3 wins last year, Joe, but seven wins this year. So Carroll's off to a huge start here in the playoffs, and how satisfying was that win against Snyder? Obviously, Snyder beat him in the regular season, but Jeffrey Becker just went off last week. 324 yards passing, threw for 5 touchdowns, and also ran for a touchdown, so accounted for 6 touchdowns, and Snyder just didn't have an answer. And it just seemed like when Becker broke the pocket and got outside, he just made big play after big play. And with the weapons he has in Leighton Mitchell and Eddie Bransfield, Carroll's dangerous on offense. So for Coach Dinan, as satisfying as that win was, you got to have a little bit of heartburn on your defense. Now, I know you talked about how good the secondary is with the interceptions, and they come in leading the area in interceptions this year with 16, and they had 3 against Snyder. But really, my concern, if I'm Coach Dinan, is Snyder ran for over 400 yards last week, 7 yards a carry. So Carroll's good in the secondary, Joe, but Carroll needs to stop that run game tonight against an explosive Homestead offense.
Let's talk about the Spartans. They are back at home, still unbeaten now at 10-0 after dodging Noblesville's upset bid in around the first round of sectional play last Friday night down near Indianapolis. Gunnar Fry's 23-yard field goal in overtime, giving the Spartans a 24-21 victory. Spartans trailed early, Joe, 6-0. They needed a fourth quarter rally to even send the game to overtime.
Yeah, a big rally, and it makes you wonder when you finish the season with Southside and Wayne. You play a lot of different kids. 2 weeks off before the first game of the playoffs, and Noblesville was extremely underrated and a physical team, but Homestead got the rally. And sometimes, as you know, Joe, if you can get through that first game in the playoffs and just win in advance, it sets you up the rest of the way. But how about Luke Goody? Probably the biggest touchdown pass, and he's got 25 of them this year. That's probably the biggest touchdown pass of his career at the end of the game, and I couldn't stop laughing because when Griffin Little caught that ball, Joe, it was like he was catching a baby. You know, there was no way he was going to drop that ball, and I loved it when I heard that Gunnar Fry's mom couldn't even look up as he made the extra point that knocks down the field goal. So how about Gunnar Fry making big kicks? But I want to say something about Homestead. Homestead has tremendous senior leadership, and when you have that leadership and Coach Zolman puts that leadership council in, Joe, that's what kind of gets you through games like that. So Homestead survives. Homestead's explosive on offense. Homestead has the area's best linebackers, so it's a great matchup. And in this game, there's an awful lot of first-team all-conference players that are going against each other in this game.
Well, both teams are excellent with the passing game. The outcome might well be decided by who can run the ball a little bit, and by the way, which team can make the fewest mistakes. We are going to find out. Spartans-Chargers coming up next. We'll take a short break and then return with our Meyer pregame show. We'll have both head coaches that will visit with us. First up on our return will be Chad Zolman in his 16th year. And again, it is Carroll against Homestead for the Sectional 3 Championship. We'll be back. This is IHSAA Tournament Football right here on Fox Sports 1250.
The comets falling from the sky, 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 comets falling from the sky.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete ceiling, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th at Trine University.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve.
about that rally into the fourth quarter, some of the key plays that for you from not going back to last week and then from here on out.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com. Supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Weeks ago, but this is a little different Carroll team. Coaches always talk about wanting.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance and Ortho Clinic, an Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy. For more info, visit teampineapple.com.
Points of emphasis, and they add the drives on defense. So we've been talking about that all week.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Coaches poll only has them number 3, and interesting because a couple of one-loss teams are ahead of them, but that's the way it goes sometimes when you're in Northeast Indiana. As far last year, they finished at 7-4. They lost in the sectionals to Snyder 49-35. Let's take another timeout, a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with Doug Dinan. He'll join us the other side of the break. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Can a power company provide more than energy? Can it inspire young minds, rebuild lives, and ignite the economic growth of a community? Can it honor the past while energizing the future? At Indiana Michigan Power, we're doing more than the expected with energy. We're working together, investing in the lives of the community, all to create a better future. That's not just energy, that's boundless energy. Indiana Michigan Power, boundless energy. See more at indianamichigan.com/boundless.
You might be one of those people who looks forward to cooler weather. And that's all well and good, but Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram knows that summer ain't over till we say it's over. So they're still rolling with the summer clearance event with savings across the board. Get a 2019 Dodge Challenger Hemi for $389 a month with no money down. Or drive off in a 2019 Durango SXT all-wheel drive blacktop edition for $395 a month. Offers valid to qualified lessees. Minimum down payment required for Durango on select models. See dealer for complete terms and details. And don't forget that Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram also has finance approval plans to get you into the vehicle you want. Back to school, football preseason, sure, fine. But it's still summer, brothers and sisters. Celebrate by hitting the summer clearance event happening now at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram under the giant American flag on Coliseum or always online at glenbrookdodge.com.
Everyone knows that winter is coming, and when it does come, it's the wind and cold air that really chill your home. Momper Insulation can keep the cold out by sealing the leakage points and filling empty sidewalls, even through masonry or siding, without unsightly holes or blemishes. They're also experts at insulating crawl spaces, attics, and any place the cold could get in and ruin your winter. Let Momper seal your house, saving you 30 to 50% off your heating bill. Call today for a free energy audit before it's too late.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience for grades 1 through 12. It's June 8th through June 11th at Trine University.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level.
Offensively, every time we get into the red zone, we've got to be productive and we've got to come away with touchdowns instead of kicking field goals.
It's fair to say this Carroll team is peaking at the right time?
Well, we talk about that all the time, play our best come week 10, come week.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them.
They are 7-3. They finished 6-3 in the SAC. They are also a pretty good road team, 4-2 this year. A year ago they were 3-7. They also lost to Snyder in the sectionals, 49-30. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Joe Auburn's down on the field with our referee tonight, Tom Mew. We'll have the reenactment of the coin toss. Much more. We'll get this one on when we return here to Dave Walters Memorial Stadium. IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250. The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599. Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday and Thursdays. And the Always 100 Pro Camp 2020 takes you to the next level. It's the real college experience. For grades 1 through 12, it's June 8th through June 11th at Trine University.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports.
Co-captains are getting ready. Clear, crisp, cold Friday night for high school football here all across northern Indiana. Clear skies, about 30 degrees, winds out of the southwest at 2 miles an hour. We do have a wind chill that'll be down around the mid-20s, though, as this game wears on, and that could be a factor, especially with the passing game. We will see about that. Of course, a big night of sectional championships in 5A. It's 5-5 Northrop playing at 9-1 Dwenger. As far as the 4A matchups, it'll be Leo at East Noble. That's a big one. 10-1 Lions at undefeated East Noble. Right now, our referee Tom Mew, and joining him, Joe Walburn with the meeting at midfield.
Come on in. Hey, again, we're stressing good, clean football game. Good sportsmanship. Don't do anything stupid. We'll have a good time, okay? All right. Homestead. 1.
Okay, there you go, Joe. Homestead wins the toss, and they're going to defer. So we'll see Jeffrey Becker early on. We'll see how that Homestead defense decides to defend Jeffrey Becker. As far as the field, obviously it's turf out here. It's going to be a fast track. It's cold down here at night, Joe, but the good news is there's no wind, so it should be great football. These two teams know each other so well, and it's going to be a monster playoff game tonight, Joe.
Let's get it on. Homestead and Carroll will be back in 30. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 12:50 the ticket.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do.
Welcome back to Dave Walters Memorial Stadium with Joe Walburn and Tommy Norris. I'm Joe Parsons. SummitCitySports.com with us as well. Homestead won the toss, deferred. Carroll will get first shot at moving the football. Leighton Mitchell's back in the kick return. Had 2 last week. Had a long of 18 yards. Also Hunter Mertz with a long of 18 yards and average on 2 kickoffs of 14 yards. Carroll will come out of the north end zone from right to left. And Homestead will tee it up at the 40-yard line, kicking away from left to right. Crowd is filtered in here. Pretty good crowd to see this 6A Sectional 3 championship matchup. Here we go. Here comes the kick. End over end, tailing to the right side. That'll be fielded at the 11. Straight ahead, carry across the 20 to about the 25, maybe another yard or 2. So we are underway, and it will be Carroll Chargers with the first opportunity, moving the ball from right to left as we look at it. Joe Walburn rejoins us, and they locked the press box on you, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did. They want me to come back in. I tell you, it's cold out there, but the good news is there's no wind. And it's going to be interesting how the wide receivers handle this, Joe, because quarterbacks will be fine, but when it's this cold, you got to have those hands warmed up to catch that football.
Jeffrey Becker completing about 53% of his passes this season. He's got 1,854 yards through the air, 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 3 wide to the left side. In fact, he'll work with an empty backfield, 2 wide to the right as well. 2-step drop. Here's Becker, time of the pocket, looking, steps up, stumbles and falls down back around the 21-yard line.
And he had lots of time that time, Joe, to look all across the field and just loses his footing that time. But it's going to be very important for Homestead to box him in, Joe, and keep him in the pocket, because what killed Snyder was when Becker got outside the pocket and made the big plays.
Well, he's also run for 452 yards this year with 5 rushing touchdowns. So, as you mentioned, Joe, a double threat. Now they'll run the ball. It's a play-action fake, and here's a ball incomplete, and trying to go to Bowden Height on the quick left slant. And you mentioned on a cold night, that's a tough pass to handle.
Yeah, you better have your hands up and be ready. But Morgan Lehman had the coverage that time, Joe, and I think he's tremendously underrated at defensive back for Homestead. He's been solid all season long.
So it'll be 3rd down and 15 now. Big play coming up. Here's Carroll looking. Becker steps up in the pocket, pumps, looking, can't find anything, throws late over the middle and threw it away. I believe that was into double coverage and just looking for Leighton Mitchell, but there was nothing there. So they'll go 3 and out, and Carroll will have to punt the ball, and Homestead should come away with very good field position.
Yeah, he wanted Mitchell bad that time, but Ryan Burton comes over and doubles on Mitchell and takes away that post route. So good start for Homestead. What's interesting there for Carroll, Joe, we didn't even see Carroll try to run the ball at all on that series. So very interesting. Now maybe good field position for Homestead, and we'll see who can win the special teams.
Trevor Horton hunts the ball. Didn't get a lot on this one. Hits at the 40-yard line. Takes a bit of a Carroll bounce forward. It might have been touched at the 46. We'll see. But it will give Homestead excellent field position right around. Let's see what the officials mark that ball. They're going to mark it at the Homestead 49. So great job for Luke Goody and company to come out. They can't complain. They'll have it at their own 49, no score.
Yeah, great field position. If I'm Homestead, I am hyper-aggressive on this drive. I attack that Carroll defense hard here, so I really want to establish in this game who's physical and how my passing attack can get me down the field.
Tyler Burris will open up as the running back. Here's Goody walking along the line of scrimmage. Now sets up out of the pistol. 1st and 10, too wide to his left. That's the wide side of the field. Goody looks to hand that ball off and is finding a running room as Burris breaks it close to a 1st down across midfield and all the way down to the Carroll 41.
Yeah, it's a good run by Burris. He has 153 yards on the season, Joe, and 1 touchdown. And what they want from their running back is they want the one cut and go, because this offensive line for Homestead, Joe, they have 2 first-team all-conference players and 1 second-team all-conference player, and it's a big offensive line for Homestead.
Yeah, they average 253 a man. Tackle Robert McCrory at center, getting ready to snap the ball. Now they have a double switch to the wide side with 2 tight ends out there. Here's Goody looking on play action fake. He does hand the ball off. Burris angled run, breaks inside the 40, found a little bit of a lane down to the 39-yard line. That'll be a short gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards.
That's a great job out there by the linebacker, Hunter Mertz. He's an all-conference player, Joe. Comes down and makes that tackle. That and Wes Stevens. Keep an eye on number 61, the senior, 5'11", 205. He sets the edge that time and stops that play.
That's a great point, Joe. He's really come alive in the last half of the season.
Carroll's front 4, not quite the biggest, but a really good front 4 in the area, and they're anchored by Larry Seibel.
Yeah, Stevens, by the way, in the team lead, tied with 6. Now here's a screen coming to the left side. That one is wide and incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Good defense, and you love Carroll's secondary. You mentioned it, leading the area with 16 interceptions, and I was stunned that Lance wasn't a first-team all-conference player. He was only second-team, but also Cade Dinan. We know how good Ray Vollmer is. He's a first-team all-conference player. So Carroll's strength of their defense is the secondary.
We got to work on getting a vote, don't we?
We got to get a vote, I tell you.
It's called a 3rd down to 9. Carroll Craw beneath is coming alive on 3rd downs. Homestead last week, they were 8 of 15 for 53%. Goody's got 3 wide to his right side, drops to throw, looks, pressure's coming, rolls to his right, throws on the runs, got a catch. They will get the 1st down on 2nd effort. That is a great job that time as coming up with the ball. Griffin Little, he was stumbling, Joe, but kept enough of balance to pick up the 1st down.
He just seems to make every big play, Griffin Little. But how about Carroll? They blitz the linebacker, Matthew Ottenweller. He gets to Goody. He makes Goody get out of the pocket, and Little always seems to be that safety valve and makes that 1st down catch.
1 wide to the right side. That's Jared Kistler. Here is Goody now, wants to hand the ball off and looking straight up, straight ahead carry inside the 30 to the 25, I should say. And that's Burris again.
And that left tackle, Owen Heyer for Homestead that time. just drives Stevens out of the play that time, and Burris has a nice lane. And I like what Homestead's doing, Joe. They can attack you with throwing the ball, but they saw something in that film and how successful Snyder was running the football last week against Carroll.
That's a gain of about 6, 2nd down and 4. And now they're going to flip-flop, wing back off to the right side, the short side of the field. High snap, that is grabbed and hand off to Burris, fights his way down to the 20-yard line.
Boy, Homestead's lucky. It helps to have a quarterback who's 6'6", and one of the area's best basketball players to get that snap. I thought that was going to go by him, but what a grab that time. But pretty good defense for Carroll to stop the run. Now Carroll needs a big play here, and maybe their defensive tackle, Larry Seibel, Joe, 6 sacks, 14 tackles for a loss. He needs to be a factor in this game.
Now they're going to flip-flop Kistler and put him wide to the left. Ray Bulmer will defend out there. 3rd down and a yard. Crowd alive again, the Carroll side below us. Here's Goody looks. No, it's a direct snap and running. They've got some running room. They may have the score on it, and they will.
Archibald. How about that?
Wildcat.
Yep, a little trickeration for Homestead. We see everything. They switch Goody out, and they put Archibald at quarterback, and Archibald's just fantastic. 6 feet, 205. Obviously, to know the bloodlines with his father, but he's a kid who's a D1 kid, and I am just shocked that one of these MAC programs hasn't scooped him up and offered him a scholarship.
I know.
Awesome on defense, Joe. And how about the Wildcat touchdown run? And again, the offensive line, Owen Heyer, makes a great block at the point of attack for Homestead.
I know another school nearby that would be interested in Jake Archibald.
They would.
So, touchdown for Homestead. They grab the early lead at the 8:09 mark. Now the extra point. Gunnar Fry, the hero from last week, with a 23-yard field goal in overtime, trying to give him a 7-0 lead. Right-footed kick is on the way, and curling a little bit to the left, but he got it inside the upright. 7-0 Homestead with the timeout down below. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports, 1250, The Ticket.
That's what they saw.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at Didier.
They're in different sectionals. AC Adams Central's at on the road at Northfield and South Adams. They are 11-0 and taking on Madison Grant tonight. They would meet in the regionals, by the way, if they both win tonight.
Oh, does Adams Central want to play South Adams again in that region?
You think? Here we go. Leighton Mitchell back deep, waiting again inside the 5. Here comes the kick. And again, it'll be fielded short across the 20-yard line. And they'll run it back across the 25, just short of the 30-yard line, where the Chargers will go to work once again on offense, but they trail now 7-0 against the Homestead Spartans.
I love watching Nick Martin run down and cover those kicks. When I used to play special teams in college, we always knew who the baddest lion of the jungle is, the guy that runs down and puts his pads on you, and that's Nick Martin. He doesn't always wrap up, but he hits everything, so he makes the stick there. But right now for Carroll, Joe, Carroll really needs to get this offense going. I like how they came out and threw the ball, but you also got to mix in that run game a little bit. But this is an important drive for Carroll because Homestead's feeling it.
Becker out of the gun, hands the ball off. Here's a sweep coming up to the left side, and boy, Homestead does a great job of flying to the football as Harris with the carry gets a couple of yards across the check. And by the way, that is not Harris in there running the football. That is going to be Hunter Mertz gets the call.
Yeah, Mertz is the big back, the power back, and they want to establish that power rushing game. But how about the senior safety that time? Malik Micken coming up and making that tackle, Joe.
3 wide now to the right side. Chargers trying to move the football. 2nd down and 7. Here's Becker. Steps up. Can't find anything again. Flush to his right, still looking, throws on the move. Got a man and a catch in the middle. Cross midfield to the 47-yard line. That was Mason Englert on the catch.
That's a beautiful play by Becker, Joe. He slide steps in the pocket, buys some time, and sets his feet and throws that ball to Englert. That's a great play, and those are the plays that Becker has made all season long from the quarterback position.
Biggest play of the night now. Here's a keeper play by Becker. Becker rolls to his left and carries it inside the 45, down maybe another yard to the 44-yard line.
I tell you what, it's been the year of the quarterback, Joe. Goody has accounted for 27 touchdowns. Becker's accounted for 26 touchdowns. So we have really enjoyed the quarterback play in this area.
It'll be second down and long, 2nd and 7, play action fake. Here's Becker rolling to his right, looks in the flats, has got a catch. That was Harris that came out of the backfield. Doesn't get much, maybe nothing.
Actually, Bransfield makes that catch, Joe. And I tell you, that's the big tight end coming across the middle. And if Becker can get that ball to Bransfield quicker, Joe, he can make a move. That's a heck of a job by Nick Martin to come up and drop Bransfield. Bransfield's a load. He's about 220. So that shows you the strength that Martin has.
3rd down and 6 coming up. Carroll moving from right to left. They trail it 7-0. They were 29% on 3rd down conversions last week despite the win against Snyder. From the right side hash marks, Becker, top of the pocket, steps up, throws, and a high ball that is almost caught but dropped. But Bodenheit, he only goes 5'9", and he gave it everything he had, went up and just couldn't find the handle.
Yeah, and Becker just throws a frozen rope that time. You can see he's pumped up, but that one got away from him. So pretty good defense again by Homestead. So now it's important for Carroll to get a good punt here and maybe win the field position battle. And I'd be careful with Archibald. Archibald can make a big play. I'd probably kick that ball away from him, Joe.
Trevor Horton in the punt once again, waits his own 42. Had 4 punts last week. Low snap, picks it off the turf. Kick is away. Had along a 45 a week ago. Archibald will back it away. It takes a little bit of a backward bounce, but still Carroll will touch it inside the 15. That is where Homestead, leading at 7-0, will go back on offense. We still have 6:03 remaining here in this opening quarter.
And up on the Summit City Sports platform, we have an early score. Concordia 7, Peru nothing. So Concordia's off to a fast start. We had them last week. Concordia's kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. When they protect the football, they're a very tough team.
Joe, we had them 2 weeks ago. They looked very, very good against Mechanical on the road, and you said kind of so-so last week.
Just turnovers. It's always about turnovers with Concordia. Can they clean that up tonight?
Spartans with the ball at their own 14-yard line. Play clock at 16 as Goody will look to the sidelines, see what the coaches want to readjust. Tyler Burris stays in as the running back. He's offset to the right side. And look, and they'll hand the ball off. Running off tackle the left side, but Carroll will not allow him to get outside. And great defensive play that time by the Chargers.
Yeah, and that's Wes Stevens, the defensive end, keeping that outside arm free, Joe, coming up and making that tackle. But Tommy Norris makes a great point. Tommy Norris says, if I'm Homestead with that 3-man front that Carroll's playing, Joe, I would just pound that ball up the middle. That time, Homestead tries to go outside, and Carroll makes the play.
Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12. Now Goody will work from the left side hash mark. He'll send 2 wide to the right. And flip-flop Burris now offset to the right side as well. Here's Goody with time of the pocket. Now rolls to his right side. Throwing the fade. He's got a man. That's the ball that is fought for and caught Cameron. No, it's intercepted. Carroll's got the ball.
Wow. I thought he had Rogers, Joe. He laid it out, and I thought Rogers was going to make that catch. But how about the defense that time by Carroll? Looked like it was the defensive back. I'm checking the name. Looked like Ethan Beaupre made that catch, Joe, and gets the interception. But I tell you, when a defensive back can turn around and find that football, that makes all the difference in the world. And bookmark that play. That's the first turnover, and that's huge for Carroll.
That's one thing the Chargers defense specializes in, interceptions at their 17th of the year. Here is now a throw over the middle, and that one is wide and incomplete. Looking right down the middle.
He had him. He's going to hate that one in the morning. Bransfield is so good from the tight end position of running that seam. Becker had him and just missed him. So right now, Becker, just take a deep breath. You got to just relax. It's a big game, but you got to put that ball on the money because that play was there.
Now the Spartans come up on the corner's press coverage. Motion to the near side. They'll hand the ball off. Here's a run now by Harris. Harris lowers the shoulder, spins for an extra yard. Brings it down inside the Homestead 48 to about the 47-yard line. And everybody a little slow getting up, and let's hope nobody's injured on that play. They're still down. Harris does get up, but a Spartan is still down on bended knee.
Looks like that might be Rogers out there. And, well, they can't afford to lose him, but how about Harris? Harris, Joe, 484 yards in the year, 5 yards per carry. He's been hurt a lot of the year, but he's a good back, Joe.
We are going to have an injury timeout. So we will take a pause right now. The break in the action. We'll attend to the injured Spartan. And remind everybody that stoppage of play, injury timeout brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, a winning combination with the IHSAA. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner.
By the way, the word on Rogers looks like he's going to be okay. Ran off the field, walked off the field under his own power. 3rd down and long. Here's Becker, drops to throw. Steps up, now throws the fade right side. Looking down there, here's a battle for the ball, and now it's going to be intercepted. No, and dropped.
Yeah, I thought Archibald was going to get that interception. Becker's got to be careful. He's throwing the double coverage, and Archibald, the safety back there, is reading his eyes, Joe, and he jumps up and makes that play at the highest point. So, boy, an opportunity for Carroll on the momentum, but the Homestead defense stiffens.
Tonight's game being brought to you in part by Acme Bar and Grill, located at 1105 East State Boulevard, I should say. Kurt's Meal Power Wash, and by Indiana Wesleyan University. Visit them at indwes.edu. Kick bounds. Will it get into the end zone? No. It's safe from going into the end zone inside the 5. So a good punt once again by Trevor Horton, burying the Homestead. And Chad Zolman was telling me that was one of the keys last week, that Noblesville's punter was burying him. He's got to think it was a flashback to last week.
Yeah, you're right. Good special teams. So Carroll's disappointed on the drive, but they make the special teams play to pin Homestead back. So let's see what Homestead does here. I tend to agree with Tommy Norris. I run that ball up the middle here and get my run game going, but that last interception with Goody, that was just a heck of a play in the secondary by Carroll, but Carroll's really good in the secondary.
And Joe, that is good. He's second interception only on the year.
It's unbelievable.
I know it is. Throws now, looks now. He looks to hand the ball off. Here's a run to the right side and stepping out of a tackle. Gain across the 15, still on his feet. And I believe that's Ryan Burton now in there, the running back.
Sure is. Good call. Burton's tough as they come. Great on the defensive end. Now he's running the football, and only a junior, Joe, and he picks him up and puts him down. And that's what Homestead needs to do, because if you watch the matchups out there, Carroll's just playing a 3-man front. Carroll's trying to take away some of that pass game and hope they can hold up against the run game.
Spartans with some breathing room now at their own 22-yard line. Working from left to right, they'll lead 7-0. They'll flip-flop the tight end. That's Griffin Little. Caught the game-tying catch with no time remaining last week, but a run will get him nothing.
That's Larry Seibel. Larry Seibel is an absolute beast in the middle, Joe. 6'4", 230, the senior, 51 tackles, 14 tackles for a loss, and 6 sacks. And I'm telling you, if I could just hang out with Larry Seibel this summer and put about 30 pounds on him with the bench press and the squats and the deadlifts, Larry Seibel would be a Big Ten football player.
Mentioned McCrory starting tonight at center. The guards are Brittany Parker and Sean Rice, and Grant Parker and Owen Heyer are the tackles. They average 253 man tackle to tackle. Shotgun formation now. Play action fake, the read option. Here's a roll to the right side. Goody has to pull it down. It's going to be dropped again. Couldn't get away from the pressure that time. Now it'll be 3rd down and even longer.
And that's Aaron Jackway. The sophomore makes the play to drop Goody, and Jackway just continues to get better on the season. Joe, 6'4", 210. His older sister plays volleyball for Grand Valley State. That's a great family, the Jackways, and Aaron Jackway that time gets a huge sack for Carroll.
3rd down coming up for the Spartans, trying to work out across the 30-yard line on this snap. Here's Goody again, wants to throw, throws over the middle, and he's got a fingertip catch, and that is close, and I think they've got the 1st down. That was Griffin Little on the catch.
When in doubt, find your tight end. Griffin Little, just unbelievable, Joe. 6'3", 230. And remember, he had the ACL done 5 months ago. So he still doesn't have that burst. But the biggest compliment of a tight end you can give him is Little always finds a way to get open.
Clock moves inside 2.5 minutes, time remaining opening quarter. Here's Goody barking out the signals. Now backs away, still 14 on the play clock. Spreads the offense now 2 wide either side. Might be changing the play call as well. Running back offset behind him to the left. They'll hand the ball off, and here's a change off to the left side, but again, well defended. Now penalty flag comes in late. Might be a hold against Homestead.
Yeah, and that's good defense. You know, Carroll's playing a 3-man front. I thought Seibel got held that time. That's what it looked like, as Seibel had tremendous penetration. But also, you know, we talk so much about the Homestead linebackers. Carroll's got some good backers, too. Obviously, Hunter Mertz is all conference, but Tucker Steely that time came down from his linebacker position and makes that play, and that's a devastating penalty for Homestead and a chance really for Carroll to back them up behind the chains.
Spartans are averaging over 80 yards a game in penalties. They had 8 for 82 last week down at Noblesville. Clock at 2:10, and now it becomes first down and longer. First and well, it's going to be about 20 yards. Now Carroll shows blitz. That'll back off. Still 15 on the play clock. Spread offense now empty backfield. In fact, 3 wide to the right. And here is Goody looking to throw. Blitz is on, looking, steps up. Now runs to the left side to the 20. Stop and go move to the 25. Gets another yard to the 26. So he got something out of nothing. But again, another penalty flag back around the 16-yard line of the Spartans.
I think you're going to have holding again on Homestead, and Carroll's found something. Carroll is blitzing their inside linebacker, Matthew Ottenweller, and Homestead has not been able to account for that, and that's another big holding call. Now, Goody shows you the athletic ability to move around the pocket and get upfield and get some positive yards, but that Homestead offensive line has to communicate, Joe, and find that blitzing linebacker.
So it'll be first down and even longer now. And with the clock at 1:45, they're going to mark that ball back inside the 10 at about the 7, I believe.
Now be careful here if you're Homestead. If I'm Goody, be very careful where you put that football. And I'm surprised they're in the empty backfield. I'd probably run the ball out of here a few times if it was me.
They'll mark it at the 8. And taking it at the 1 will be Goody, but he's going to walk away once again. Game clock is running at 93 seconds, 7-0 Homestead, but they've got first down and forever, 1st and 36. And here is Goody looking to throw the home run ball up left side. He's got a man. The ball is going to be caught. It was at the 46-yard line.
Wow, that's Archibald. And Dinan's back there on the coverage. Kay Dinan had him locked down, Joe, and he was covered. And Archibald just shows you he goes over Dinan and makes the play. And I'm telling you, that is a Division I kid. That kid is phenomenal. 11 touchdown catches, first team all-conference. That's a huge play and gets Homestead all the way out to midfield, and he was covered.
How about the arm of Goody, too, to get that ball out there? He got a lot of mustard on that one. Now from the 46-yard line. Goody motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage on a sweep coming up and angle run, but Carroll again stops it for a gain of a couple, 2-3 yards.
That's Archibald again. He's feeling it, but that time the Carroll linebackers chase backside. That's Tucker Steely, and they make the play. So, man, Homestead just continues to deploy Archibald in different formations and attack Carroll. That time Carroll hangs up pretty good on that play. But, man, Archibald so far, Joe, is dominating this football game.
He'll pick up about 3 yards. Archibald's numbers coming in, had just 1 carry last week against Noblesville, but he's been much more featured here tonight. Empty set once again. Here's Goody from the right side hash mark with 22 seconds remaining. They screen the ball in the middle. That's a deflected ball. And now a penalty flag comes from the near sideline.
Yeah, they're going to have a legal man downfield, Joe. That was a screen to Little, but Little just didn't get out of his stance fast enough because, again, the linebacker Steely was hanging on Little, and it looked like Homestead had too many illegal man downfield on that, so we'll see what they call.
Yeah, I thought I saw Sean Rice's number down there.
Oh, they're going to pick the flag up. So that's a break for Homestead because those linemen were so
tip
far.
Ball.
Yeah, tip ball. So that's a break for Homestead, but pretty good defense for Carroll. And almost maybe some danger time here for Carroll because Carroll needs to stop and needs to get their offense going.
Still just short of 19 seconds remaining. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Now they're going to make a change in the Spartan lineup.
And a quick update in the Summit City platform. Concordia 14, Peru nothing. So we felt like Concordia would roll tonight because Mechaniqua, who Concordia beat in the first round, beat Peru by a couple touchdowns earlier in the season.
Now we have a stoppage down below before the snap. Officials want to talk something over. Not sure what this is about.
21-0 now, Concordia. So, hey, good Concordia night. So I bet Brandon Davis is feeling it. And Concordia is kind of a different team on turf, too, Joe.
Well, Tim Manigault might have had a little bit of, shall we say, spirited practices this week also. Now we're ready. Still 18.9 seconds remaining. They've got Ryan Burton in the running back offset to the left side. Here is Goody giving ground. Rolls to his left, and the rush is on. They've got him for a sack back inside the 40-yard line.
And that's been the story so far with this defense is the pass rush. That time Carroll moves Seibel to the left end, and he comes on the backside with Steely, and they get a huge stop.
That'll be the final play of this first quarter. Still 7-0 Homestead after one quarter here at Dave Walters Memorial Stadium. We'll be back. IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
Homestead now has got to punt the ball away from their own 25-yard line. Carroll should come away on 4th and 17 with very good field position, just getting ready to start this second quarter. 7-0 on a 20-yard Wildcat dash by Jake Archbold at the 8:09 mark of quarter number 1. There was movement at the line of scrimmage, and this one may go which way.
We'll see. I thought Carroll jumped off sides first before they had the false start on Homestead. I think it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Carroll, and those are the mistakes you don't want to make because you've got a chance at good field position, and you need that good field position to get your offense going.
That's one thing that Coach mentioned. You want to avoid the mistakes in a spirited rivalry matchup. Goody doing the punting as well as the quarterbacking. Got the kick away high, hanging ball. And Carroll lets that one kick out of bounds inside the Charger 30-yard line. So that penalty hurdled the Carroll Chargers a little bit. They will have possession, but trailing at 7-0. Hope you're enjoying tonight's game on SummitCitySports.com. You can locate them on Twitter at 260 Sports. Sponsors also include Ellis Tech, a Mexican restaurant, and Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning.
Got one more update for you. In the second quarter, Bishop Dwangers just scored, so Dwangers just taking the lead over Northrop. That extra points pending, so looks like probably Dwangers 7-0 over Northrop early on. But now this is a big drive for Carroll. Becker's got to get going.
Becker hands the ball off, and they try to test the left side.
There's just not much there. I tell you, Homestead is so awesome at linebacker. We talk so much about Cam Rogers. Nick Martin is just a heat-seeking missile out there. But Luke Palmer, the junior, I really like Luke Palmer, Joe. He is just a fantastic player.
Now
it's Harris. And Harris just kind of been beat up all year, Joe. Just had a lot of injuries, a lot of ankle issues, and been fighting that all season long.
Gain of 2, second down and a lot of misdirection. Here's a scramble run now by Becker to the near side. Steps out of bounds up around just short of the 38-yard line. They're going to mark it back another yard at 37. I don't think the Chargers like the spot of the ball.
Yeah, didn't get a very good spot. I like the play. It's a little bit of misdirection, and they run Becker. And Becker throws the ball so good that you forget what a great runner he is. So now it's going to be a huge third and look like 1 right now, so already a big play early on, Joe.
Comes in actually leading him 115 carries to start this ball game with 658 rushing yards.
And he's tough. Think of all those hits that your quarterback is taking in games, so he's a tough kid.
Now needing a yard, though. Third down and 1. Motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage. Straight ahead carry. Becker stood up at the line of scrimmage. Did he get enough? It'll depend on the spot.
It's going to be close. He was hit initially in the backfield. Looked like Nick Martin got to him, but Becker's pretty strong. I'll tell you, Becker's 6 feet 190. He runs pretty hard, and I think that second effort, Joe, got that. So they needed that first down, and let's see what Carroll can do now if they can attack.
Joe, one official was pointing one way, Homestead, and the other one finally moved the chains. Now it'll be 1st and 10 Chargers. Retain possession now, 11-13 remaining in this first half. By the way, our Indiana-Michigan Power halftime show coming up, and Joe Auburn's going to join us talking about what's new with the new tax code. It always changes every year. I'll maybe save you some money. Short drop. Here's the throw near side. Mitchell's got it, 45 down to about the 42-yard line. And a big play now. Here comes Carroll now starting to get something going.
Beautiful play that time for Becker. He reads the zone. The wide receiver, Mitchell, goes past Leonard out there, and Becker's on time with the football, and that's a big play for Carroll.
Now Mertz checks back in as a running back, offset to the right. He'll back away. Becker comes over to the near sideline, in fact. They have not marked the ball ready for play. There's going to be a timeout. So with 11:05 remaining until halftime, still 7-0 Spartans in the lead. We'll step out. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where
First and 10, Carroll on the move now. They've got it at the Homestead 42-yard line. Becker's got motion to the left side, a play action fake. Wants to throw on the run. That's a ball that's off the fingertips and incomplete near sideline, trying to find Leighton Mitchell again.
Yeah, I thought Mitchell was going to pull that down, Joe. He's got 43 catches and 10 touchdowns on the season, and I got one beef when they picked the all-conference team. Leighton Mitchell was second team. They got that one wrong. Leighton Mitchell should have been first team. 10 big touchdowns on the year.
Bransfield up on the wing. He's actually a tight end out there. They've got Aiden Lazoff as the running back now, offset to the left. Here is a handoff read option, actually, and Lazoff does keep the ball rolled to the right side. They are going to stay with Becker regardless whether he handed the ball off or not.
Lazoff says, give it to me. Come on, give it to me. But how about Donovan Leonard, number 8 out there for Homestead, gets off the block from Mitchell and makes the tackle. So Carroll opts to run that run-pass option to the short side, but Leonard does a heck of a job getting off the block and defending that.
Third down situation coming up. Carroll just 29% against Snyder. They won the game, though. Here's the read option again. Becker wants to throw over the middle, and a right-handed attempt to it. Bransfield just could not find the handle.
He just wasn't open. Rogers was there with Martin, and Bransfield's a great target to look for. But how about that Homestead defense? We talk so good how Rogers and Palmer and Martin are attacking the football, but they're also very good in coverage, Joe, and that's a big stop again for Homestead.
4th and 7 from the 40. Doug Dinan opts to punt the ball away, brings Trevor Horton in. Had along a 45 last week. Got the kick away, high hanging ball near side. That one will hit and headed to the end zone and got in there. I believe it'll be a touchback.
That's a big break for Homestead.
So 10-16 remaining yet in this second quarter. The only score of the ball game came on a 3rd down and 1 call and a 20-yard dash out of the Wildcat, Jake Archbold, to the house at the 8:09 mark.
I'd come back to that. I tell you, Homestead, I'd come back and run that ball up the middle and pound away because Carroll's really trying to deploy their defense to stop that pass. And I think this is the most I've seen Luke Goody hit in the game this year too, Joe.
You know, you talk about Archbold. He does lead them with 11 touchdown catches, but that is his 3rd rushing touchdown as well. And again, putting some really good all-purpose yards together. Now here they'll run the ball, and here's some running room up the middle for the Spartans. They'll run it out for about a gain of 8 or 9 yards.
And that's Ryan Burton again, Joe. He's 6 feet 205, a junior. Another great prospect. Really big aspirations to play on the defensive side of the ball the next level, but stepping up with Hardwick being out, run the football. And I like that with Homestead. Just be patient. That middle of that line's a little bit soft right now for Carroll. Take advantage of it.
2nd down and 3 coming up. They'll run the ball again and running room across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So Burton with back-to-back calls.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, too. And it says a lot about Burton, a guy who's a great safety to come over and play running back. But you can see Homestead misses Hardwick, and we want to wish Hardwick all the best to heal from that ACL.
Burton last week, 17 carries, 53 yards, scored a touchdown. They'll move the chains 1st and 10. So Spartans improving field position now. They've got it at their own 34. And up the middle, Burton runs across the 40 to the 45 and a dash play to the 46-yard line. Another 1st down for Homestead and 3 straight runs.
And Tommy Norris is calling it up here. He's saying pound the middle of that line. Carroll's only playing a 3-man front. Let's see if Homestead can be patient and keep doing it. But that time that hole was huge, and that center for Homestead, Robert McCroy, all-conference center, Joe, and he's just getting the job done. And right now, Burton's picking them up and putting them down and just running downhill at the middle of that Carroll defense.
Let's see what Goody comes up with now. He's got 1 wide either side of the field. Takes the ball. Will he hand it off again? Burton trying to run off guard to the right side. Gets a couple of yards. In fact, they'll move the ball up for a gain of to about the 40. Let's see, they're going to put it down just short of the 49-yard line.
Yeah, I love it. We come out here with all these fancy quarterbacks, and the game boils down to a physical game between the trenches. And right now, Carroll's being stubborn, not wanting to come out of that 3-man front because of all the weapons Homestead has. And let's see if Homestead's patient and continues to hammer and pound away with that run game.
Yeah, it's been 4 straight runs now. Here's Archbold, but again, it's still a counter run up the middle. And that'll be a gain into Carroll territory down to about the 48-yard line, close to the 47, in fact.
That's Burris run the ball, but how about Matthew Ottenweller just putting the pads on Burris? I love Ottenweller. Ottenweller has his pilot's license. And I tell you, when I was 18 years old, I was just trying not to dump my stepfather's Lincoln in the ditch. And here's Ottenweller out here with a pilot's license. Great kid, Joe.
3rd down coming up. 3rd down and a long 3. Spartans at the 47 of Carroll. Shotgun formation now. Running back offset to the left side. That's Burris on the read option. There's a quarterback
Archibald
run. Or check it on. They ran that Wildcat once again.
Wow, is that effective, Joe? That is Archibald. Homestead makes that quick little switch, and they run Burris on the fake, and Archibald's gone. And Carroll has no answer for that because Carroll's trying to defend the pass. And I think if you see Archibald jump at quarterback, if you're Carroll, you got to shoot those linebackers. But again, Archibald does the damage, and Homestead seems, here comes more Archibald, Joe. Seems like Homestead's got a good strategy tonight.
Archibald now flip-flops. He does have Burris offset to the right. Shotgun formation. Archibald runs to the right side looking. He's got him blocked. Turns down the right sidelines. And Silva's got some running room. Took a big hit inside the 25, but another 1st down. And again, it's been exclusively Spartans on the ground.
And that's Grant Parker that time, the senior, 6'1", 230 at tackle. I see you, Grant Parker, making that block out there. And Archibald turns the corner, and you can just see how explosive Archibald is out there, and he is just dominating this football game.
Goody, I believe, comes back in there now at quarterback, though. Too wide to the left side. Read option again. They will run the ball again. There's running room again for Burris, and he spins his way down inside the 15-yard line, and there's no stopping Spartans on the ground.
And they have found something. Instead of trying to throw the ball and block all the blitz schemes that Carroll has, they've decided to line up on this series and just run that football up the middle. And not only is it dominating and physical, it just almost rips your heart out if you're Carroll, as Homestead goes right down the field.
Nose of the football just outside the Carroll 10. Homestead trying to build on that 7-0 lead. Will they run it again? They will. This time Carroll stops it for a gain of a couple.
That's a good job by Seibel to beat the block that time and drop Burton at the line of scrimmage. And, man, Seibel's a football player. He's another kid that should be playing D1 football. I tell you, there's so much talent out there tonight, Joe. I get so excited seeing these kids.
Gain of a couple, 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Clock inside of 6 minutes now, time remaining in this first half.
If I'm Carroll here, I roll my backers up or roll my safeties up and try to get more guys at the point of attack, because here comes more Archibald. So I roll my backers and safeties up and see if I can get in the backfield.
Burton offset to the left side. Let's see if he's a runner or no, he'll be a blocker this time. But Archibald reverses back to the right, is stopped from scoring. Brought the ball inside the 5, down to about the 3. And Joe, the influence, everybody moving to the left, including Archibald. Then he just breaks it off, runs back to the right by his lonesome.
When you're good, you're good. That play was well defended by Carroll, and Archibald just makes a heck of a play to bring it back. I thought he was going to score on it, but it was Liam Ottenweller that made the tackle.
3rd and goal now from the 3-yard line. Goody back in there at quarterback, has 2 wide to the left.
I'd run the ball again, Joe.
Now Goody moves up to the line of scrimmage, moves back, play clock at 7, at 6. Here's Goody, wants to throw. Looking, throws to the right side, and nobody home.
Good defense, and it looked like it was Jackway that time that got his big hand up and knocked that ball away. And I'm a little bit surprised that Homestead didn't run that ball, Joe. So now we're going to see if Homestead comes out and kicks the field goal with Gunnar Fry.
Gunnar, big ball game, of course, last week.
Big kicks,
man. Hit the winning field goal from 23 yards out. This one will come from about 21. Let's see where they actually spot it. That's going to be about a 20-yard field goal from the right angle, though. Last week. So let's see. Trying to give them 10-0 lead. Here's the kick on the way. It looks like it's got a chance, and good. 20-yard field goal by Gunnar Fry will make it 10-0 with 4:50 remaining in this first half. We'll be back. This is IHSAA football right here on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Up the run game. Ridley just texted me. He said, I heard Joe on the radio. He said, I'm watching the game. Hey, let's turn it off, he said he called out Tommy.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com.
But I tell you, they've come in tonight and they've been physical with their run game, and I think Carroll's fortunate to hold them to a field goal there. But now Carroll has got to get their offense going, and they've got to give their defense some rest.
Here comes the kick, and end over end. They'll be taking a bounce, takes a high bounce, fielded at the 20, run to the right side, 25, 30, up to about the 33-yard line is where the Chargers go to work on offense now, but down 10-0. Contributing sponsors making tonight's broadcast possible include Kelly Automotive Group with 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned to choose from. Tom Steel Tires, they've got 2 locations in Fort Wayne. Also Big Eyed Fish with the best fish in Fort Wayne.
And that was Ray Vollmer that time, bringing that kickoff back quarterback, and he's had a great season. He was picked all first team all conference too, and I like Ray. Ray's tough, plays with an edge. He's a great defensive back.
Let's see what Jeffrey Becker can come up with now. Looks to the right. Whether I don't know if it sailed on him a cold night or if he just threw it away, but no chance on that time trying to find Englert with a little square-out pattern to the right side.
And if I'm Carroll, I come back and I attack the wide side. I tell you, all those plays the short side, it's tough. The angles are tough to fit that ball in there.
Corner comes out and press coverage now, and here's a sweep coming up to the left. They've got some running room. Nice spin move. A gain up to about the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. That'll be short of the first down stick, and that was Aiden Lazoff again.
Yeah, how about Lazoff? And you like him, Joe, and I like that. What I like about that play is Lazoff plants that outside leg, drops the pads, and gets upfield. So that's what Carroll needs to kind of stretch out this Homestead defense. So huge play here. 4 minutes left in the quarter. Carroll needs this first down.
Chargers get 5, need 5. Roll to the right side. Here is Becker looking, throws and trying to feed it in there. They got the catch made, but will they? No, it was ruled out of bounds that time. Englert did not get a foot in bounds.
So great pass and a great catch by Englert, but just really a low percentage play. And I'm a little bit surprised. I think Carroll, maybe you could have drawn something up, maybe run your quarterback and get that first down. And if you're Carroll, man, you hate to punt the ball back here because your defense has played so many plays, Joe, in the first half.
So Trevor Horton will come on to punt the ball away once again. He'll wait at the 25-yard line. There's Jake Archbold back in punt return. Archbold last week had just one punt return against Noblesville, but it was good for 38 yards. Low snap, kick is away, high, hanging ball. Archbold comes up and catches the ball, calls fair catch. And Homestead, who really showed a lot with the run game the last possession.
Yeah.
Remember, we thought that might be one of the keys to the outcome tonight. Both teams can throw the ball, but who could run?
I think Homestead broke down that Snyder tape and saw that Lenny Bennett ran for 255 yards last week, and I think they found something. But on that special teams play, Joe, that is so key for Archibald to come up and catch that ball. You know, that's the way to save you 10 or 15 yards of field position, and Homestead's got field position here now. And I tell you, I'd come right back and I'd hammer away. If Carroll's going to play that three-man front, I'd run the football.
2 wideouts to the left side. They'll try no, it's a play action fake, and they throw the ball and they've got a catch and a gain across the 45, and they'll have much more than the first down necessary. Cam Rogers came out of a pack.
And that's a great play call, and we're going to see there's a penalty on the field. I think it's going to be on Homestead, but I love it with the run game, Joe. Then you come back with that play action pass, and Goody can get rid of that football so quick. What was interesting on that, I thought on the run fake, looked like Homestead had an offensive lineman down the field, Joe, and the refs found it. And that's going to be a huge penalty because Rogers was all the way out to midfield. So another big mistake for Homestead, and they've had some mistakes tonight with that offensive line.
Walk-off comes from the 35, but they only move it back, Joe, inside the 30 to the 29.
That's the problem with the run-pass options. It's very effective, but you always risk getting those penalties of an illegal man downfield.
So it'll be 1st and 15 with the ball at the 29-yard line. Will they run the ball again? They do. And again across the 30, 35 up to about the 36. They'll get the penalty yardage back plus a couple of yards.
And it's there, Joe, and that's going to be the adjustment at halftime for Carroll. You know, you're going to have to probably roll another guy up there and play a four-man front because it's almost like a cat-and-mouse game. And Carroll's being very stubborn to stay in that three-man front. And if I'm Homestead, I'd just keep running the football.
Griffin Little now splits wide to the left side. Cade Dinan plays a little bit off on him. 2 safeties back for the Chargers. Run off tackle left side as a gain across the 40 to the 41. And that will bring up a 3rd down and let's call it a long 2 call.
Yeah, nice job by Lincoln Lance, the safety for Carroll. Another kid who I thought should have been first team. But Lance comes up and makes that tackle. And that's your adjustment for Carroll. Carroll's going to have to get those safeties up at the line of scrimmage and take that away. And another quick update, Concordia is absolutely rolling Peru, 35-0, and Dwenger now 15-0. So Concordia and Dwenger are rolling, and here comes Archibald again, Joe.
3rd and 3, though. Archibald out of the Wildcat. looking. Read option again. Wants to run up the middle. He's got the, well, does he have the first down? Looked like he had it easily. He might be a little bit short at the 43.
Good job by Lance to fill the hole and to get Archibald down. But it's like Archibald maybe had just enough, Joe, and that's a heck of a job with Archibald. That time Carroll came up at the point of attack, but Archibald just shows you his athletic ability.
Yeah, they got a good spot of the ball as well. So Joe getting ready to check down on the field. He'll be visiting with Chad Zolman before the teams take the halftime break. There's a sweep coming up to the right side by Burton. Burton looking for a block, and will pick up a 3 yard short of midfield. Got to about the 47-yard line, working to his right. That'll keep the clock moving. We're inside of 2 minutes, time remaining. Homestead owns the lead 10-0. They got a 20-yard Wildcat run by Jake Archbold on 3rd and 1. And then Fry hit the game winner in overtime last week against Noblesville. Comes back and hits a 20-yard field goal, giving them a 10-0 lead. Read option again, and here is a run. And again, second effort, bowling his way inside the 45. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Homestead, keeping things on the ground once again. So Homestead maybe crossing up a lot of folks who thought it would be an air battle here tonight, and it may well be. But the Spartans have been able to find the balance, and primarily led by, early on, the running of Tyler Burris, and then Jake Archbold running out of the Wildcat formation. And he's back in there now. 1st and 10, but now we're down to 1:07 remaining in this first half. And here is that Archbold looking to throw the ball, loads, fires to the right side. He's got a ball that is caught. And let's see, they will mark it a catch inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. So the Spartans come with Archbold throwing the football. And it'll be 1st and 10 as Homestead trying to extend what is a 10-0 lead. Hurry up offense now. And here's Goody back in there. Hands off, the off-tackle run inside the 15. Again is down to the 11, maybe to the 10-yard line. And with the clock ticking down to 25 seconds, we're going to have a timeout called by the Spartans. So he will take a break right here, 10-0, but Homestead knocking on the door inside the goal in the red zone once again when we return to Dave Walters Stadium. 10-0 in favor of Homestead. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Tech.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where
Sports Medicine's integrated sport.
10-0 in favor of Homestead. Carroll's got all 3 timeouts remaining. Homestead has got 2. In fact, that might be their second. They may have only 1 left. It'll be 2nd down and 3 from the 9-yard line. Goody in on the pistol line with 2 wide to the left side. Wants to throw, looks right, throws the fade to the corner, and that's a ball that is caught as a touchdown, waiting for the indication. It's going to be a touchdown. I believe that was Little with the touchdown catch. Nope. Jake Archbold, we'll check that. Quick hitting play off to the right, good for 9 yards on the Luke Goody touchdown toss at the 42nd mark. Now, it's so cold here, even my pin is beginning to freeze up here tonight. So Goody through the air gets the touchdown. Now the extra point attempt by Gunner Fry. There was movement at the line of scrimmage. Kick is on the way, end over end, and it is... Well, I believe the penalty flag is going to prevail here. It's going to be offsides against the Chargers. Yeah, Carroll was offsides. That'll be half the distance. They're going to stay with the extra point placement kick by Gunnar Fry. He is 51 of 53 coming into tonight's ball game. Make that 52 of 54 now, pending the try coming up right here. Right-footed kick is on the way. Looks good and is good. So Homestead drives the ball and gets points on the board, extends their lead out 17-0 over Carroll. Here's still 40.8 seconds remaining in the half. And we'll be back. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4000.
Ray Vollmer back deep along with Hunter Mertz. Carroll trying to get something going, running out of time though late in this second quarter. Down 17-0 now to the undefeated Homestead Spartans. Well, Spartans dodged a bullet on the road at Noblesville last week, winning in an overtime. Taking command here tonight and with a run pass diverse. Here's a line drive kick. Vollmer's got it across the way, brings it across the 15, 20-yard line, turns the corner, looking for running room at the 23. Then gang tackle brought down. That'll take the clock down to just under 31 seconds to play and a couple of snaps remaining for the Chargers. Homestead won the toss deferred. That means the Spartans will get the ball to begin play here in this second half. Don't forget, Joe Auburn will join us at halftime, part of our Indiana-Michigan Power halftime show. Talking about and there are changes every year to the tax code, and they can cost you money if you're not aware of what's going on. Now they'll spot that ball just short of the 30, back around the 27-yard line, 1st and 10. So Becker looking to make a play, rolls to his left, and there whistles. There was a timeout called by Homestead just before the snap. They might have been short a player. Archbold was counting numbers out there. So we'll have another timeout with 29.5 seconds to play in quarter two. Still 17-0 Homestead. IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do.
We'll bring you up to date on other scores going on elsewhere. Sectional championships all across the state of Indiana tonight. 1st and 10. Carroll down 17-0. Becker rolls to the left side, buying time. Looking now, reverses under pressure. They've got him wrapped up for a sack. Back or inside the 20-yard line. And Becker may be down and hurt. Slow getting up, being helped to his feet. Clock stopped with 16.8 seconds. So I'm going to check on Becker. The backup quarterback is Logan Swain. Did see some snaps last week, and just with seconds remaining, Swain, I believe, will come into the ball game, or we will see. Becker going to the sidelines, and they may just take a knee and try to get to the halftime dressing room. Now they let the clock run, and that will be the final play of this first half. So, 17.
Joe, I'm down here with Coach Zolman. Coach Zolman, the first half feels like old school football with your offense. You line up and get really physical with that offensive line and just pound away with your run game.
Yeah. Well, they got a 3-man rush. You know, they're trying to take away the pass. We got to take what's there, and our offensive line's done a good job. We feel like it should have been a few more points maybe up on the board, but they've done a real nice job.
Yeah, very physical. Defensively, multiple 3-and-outs. It feels like so far through the first half, you guys done a nice job containing Jeffrey Becker.
Yeah, he's a handful, man, and we got to stay in coverage forever because he extends plays, and our kids have done a nice job doing that. And chase. You just got to chase and chase and chase and be relentless, and I thought we've done a good job.
Yeah, good first half. Good luck second half, Coach.
Joe Auburn with head coach Chad Zolman. Got to be pleased with what he's seen, his Spartans, and maybe the surprise is you never are surprised by either of these teams with the ability to throw the football, but Homestead minus Braden, their fine running back, Hardwick, who was injured with the ACL tear, able to come back and run the ball tonight, and primarily featuring Jake Archbold, but again, a lot of help with the running attack also of Tyler Burris and Ryan Burton in there. And it is 17-0 in favor of Homestead after the first 24 minutes of sectional championship play. We're going to take a timeout, then we'll be back. Don't forget, coming up, our Indiana-Michigan Power halftime show with Joe Auburn talking about taxes. You got to pay him in 2019 coming up here, and maybe it can save you some money. We'll be back with our halftime presentation, IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves, and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express Walk-In Clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Trump and daughter Ivanka were So 2019, there's not going to be that question, do you have health
Joe Parson and specialists beginning to come out. And Joe, just to recap quickly the scoring here tonight, on a 3rd and 1 call with 8:09 remaining, they Homestead inserted Jake Archbold into the Wildcat position, and tell you what, he crossed everybody up. He runs up the middle 20 yards, just scampered for an easy touchdown run to the house to make it a 6-0 lead. Gunnar Fry, the hero from last Friday night in overtime, added the extra point, 7-0. Then Carroll did have an interception. They took over pretty good field position in midfield after Beaupre picked the ball off from Goody, just his 2nd pick of the year, but couldn't really do anything with it. Instead, it would be Homestead getting the ball down deep, and they would set up Gunnar Fry for a 20-yard field goal. He would knock it through the uprights at 4:50 in the second quarter. 10-0 in favor of the Spartans. They would score late with just under 41 seconds remaining in the half. It was a 9-yard touchdown pass from Goody to Jake Archbold. Fry with the extra point. That's where we are. 17-0. And I don't know if you're as surprised as I am at this point. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Tyler Burris and Ryan Burton, but even Chad Zolman admitted they're not in the class, the caliber of a Braden Hardwick. But I tell you what, seems like Homestead came in with that purpose. You talked about it earlier, that they thought they saw something from the Carroll Snyder game, the ability perhaps to run the football, and it really started with Jake Archbold in all senses, the ability to throw the ball, to run the ball, and also to catch the football.
Yeah, he's a tremendous weapon, and obviously last year, played the quarterback position, so you know that he can throw it, but he's just a tremendous weapon. And I think when Homestead broke the tape down with Snyder, they saw, obviously, on the offensive side for Carroll, Becker make all these plays, but what they picked up on was Snyder's ability to run between the tackles. Lenny Briscoe-Bennett had 255 yards last week, Joe, so now here comes Carroll. How do you play Homestead if you're Carroll? Carroll opts in the first half to play a 3-man front because Homestead's got so many weapons on the outside. They got Archibald on the outside. They got Kiesler on the outside. You got a big tight end in Little. And so what they do is play the 3-man front, and it works early on because when Homestead goes to pass, Joe, Carroll blitzes their linebackers. So those first couple of drives, Goody was getting hit, and Homestead was a little bit confused. But Homestead decided to stick with the run game. And now at halftime, your adjustment for Coach Dinan is you got to get out of the 3-man front, because if you stay in the 3-man front, you're basically going to die from 1,000 cuts because Homestead's just going to hammer away and run that football. So that's the adjustment. Now, if I'm Carroll, I come out, I move the guys to the point of attack, and I say to myself, look, my secondary's so good. I come in with the most interceptions in the area. Hey, guys, Dinan, Lance, Ray Vollmer, you guys got to play man-to-man the second half. We got to take away this run game, and that's the only adjustment that Carroll has, Joe.
Joe, I want to give you a chance to bring up to date on some of those scores going on, but let's look ahead. If it is Homestead that does continue to go on and win this ball game, they're up 17-0 here at the half. As far as the 6A regional next Friday night, Homestead would host Carmel if the Greyhounds win their sectional championship tonight, or they would play at Westfield. So it would be Homestead at home next week against Carmel, or they would be on the road at Westfield. As far as Carroll, if Carroll comes back and bounces back to win this ball game in the second half, they are going to be home either way against either Carmel or Westfield. As far as some of the other matchups, we'll take a look at that, but some interesting games going on. And one that caught my eye really was Leo against East Noble. And are the Knights the team that we think they are this year?
Yeah, it should be interesting because East Noble really put it on Leo early on in the season, and East Noble's number 1 in 4A going into the playoffs. But, Leo has continued to grind away and get better, and they have a good program up there. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. As far as you mentioned that Carmel-Westfield game, it's in the third quarter, 28-0 Carmel. So there's your update with that. It just seems like Carmel picks up some losses during the year, but they always begin to play better football as the season goes on. In 3A, Concordia 42-0 at the half over Peru, and they're going to get the winner of West Lafayette or Bishop Chichard, Joe. So that 3A regional game is going to be much tougher for Concordia.
We're going to take a quick 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with the second half. 17-0 Spartans. They'll get the ball when we return. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket. Yeah, let's just score.
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services today. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne.
Trevor Horton ready to tee the ball up and kick it away from left to right. Tees it up at the 40-yard line. He does all the kicking. And Homestead will have first opportunity. Joe, what do you got?
Yeah, Concordia 49, Peru nothing.
Wow.
So they're just absolutely hammering Peru. South Adams 47, Madison Grant 6. So they're rolling. And then Mississinawa 14-7 over Marion. And I'm getting you the update right now. Dwanger 15-0 over Northrop.
Here's a kick inside the 5. Return across the field to the right side. And they're trying to sweep, but boy, Carroll down there now. A late penalty flag thrown right down in that mix around the 10-yard line.
Tremendous special teams that time for Carroll to run down and make that tackle. We'll check the flag, see what that is, but we're going to see here. We talked about Carroll's adjustments at halftime. Let's see what kind of front Carroll comes out in the second half, and I bet you it won't be a three-man front.
We get a chance, we'll take a look to see if we have anything on Adams Central in action tonight in the sectional championship. 17-0. That's going to back penalty. Will back up the Spartans back around their 5-yard line.
That's a big penalty and a big break for the Carroll defense. So looks like Carroll now is going to put number 41 in the game, Joe. And now Carroll comes out in a 4-man front. So there's your adjustment for Carroll.
Griffin a little wide to the left side. Here is Goody barking out the signals. Now is going to back away. They'll check to the sidelines. Too wide to the left. Goody steps up, says something to his linemen, takes the snap now, wants to hand the ball off, and Carroll, that you said, they stack up the middle.
Nice. Wes Stevens comes down and makes that tackle, and there's your adjustment. Carroll says, look, we've got to gamble. We're not going to sit here and die by 1,000 cuts with the 3-man front. Let's get in the 4-man front. We're going to have to play man-to-man on the outside, but if you're Carroll, that's the strength of your defense is your secondary. So I like the gamble. Now let's see how Homestead adjusts. Now it's the opportunity for Goody maybe to attack with that short, controlled passing game.
Burton is the running back in there. He gains the yard. He's lined up near the goal line. Here's a Goody looking again, wants to throw the ball. Read option, has the ball, and it's knocked away. They had a step. Kistler had it in the hands, could not hold it.
I'm telling you, Ray Vollmer's a D1 kid too. Did you see that play, Joe? He didn't stick his arm around. He came in the front and knocked that ball away from Kistler. And that's great defense. And if you're Carroll, that's your strength. You were strong. You have phenomenal corners. Play that man-to-man coverage. Play that 4-man front, and let's go.
3rd down and 9 coming up. Carroll hoping for a stop to get great field position. They trail at 17-0.
Now be careful here if you're Homestead. It's 17-0. If you're Goody, be real careful with the football here.
3 wide to the left side. The crowd, Carroll crowd coming alive beneath us once again. Goody this time out of the end zone. Carroll shows blitz up the middle. Now they back off. Still 12 on the play clock. Goody now brings a protector back into the right side. Looking, wants to throw. Looks, time of the pocket, throws in the middle. That one is caught.
Wow. Archibald again, Joe.
And he'll have the gain out across the 20 to the 22-yard line.
I thought they had it defended. They put Archibald at the slot, and they run the skinny post. And how about Goody? How about the ball placement? He puts it right where only Archibald can catch it. That's just such a back-breaking play for the Carroll defense. You thought you had to stop.
Spartans already up to the line of scrimmage. Are they going to play fast? No, they back away once again. And they'll check that Carroll defense with the coming in from the sidelines. 10:35 remaining. Here's the read option again. A run play up the middle, and Carroll again stout in the center. They'll stop it right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good penetration by Larry Seibel up front. We talked about Seibel and how good that he's been this year. 51 tackles, 14 tackles for a loss, 6 sacks, and just a tremendous player. So Seibel gets the penetration that time and makes the play.
Gain nonetheless a couple of yards. Second down, let's call it a long 8. Shotgun formation now. Goody looking, wants to throw this time. Throws the home run ball downfield. Cam Rogers just could not catch up to it. Just out of his reach. He had about a step.
And that's good defense because the penetration that time looked like it was the blitz again. Looked like maybe that was Mertz on the blitz, but that pressure for Goody made him throw that ball early, Joe. He wanted to wait another second for Rogers, but the pass rush made him have to get rid of it. And now this is a huge third down for the Carroll defense.
2 safeties back for the Chargers. Third down and 8. Goody trying to make a play now. Backs away. Still 10 on the play clock. Walking around with 7, with 6. Got to hurry now. We're down to 4, down to 3. Goody with a protector in, wants to throw, drops, looks, throws near sides, got an easy, and a drop ball. That was, boy, mark that. That's news. Because Jake Archibald just does not drop balls like that.
He never drops the ball, and Goody puts the ball on time, and Carroll's elected to go with the matchup of the outside linebacker, Steely, against Archibald, and I'd probably put Vollmer on Archibald at this point, but what a break for Carroll. Archibald can't make the catch, and now good field position, and we'll see if Carroll can get their offense going.
Goody in the punt. He'll wait back at the 10-yard line. Bowden Height in punt return for the Chargers. Waits at the Charger 47. Here's the snap. And got it away high, hanging kick. Height calls fair catch and locates it at the Homestead 47. It'll be 1st and 10. Chargers with some of their best starting field position of the night. 9:48 remains here in the third quarter. And still a shutout for the Spartans at 17-zip.
And we talked about what Carroll had to do defensively, and they made the adjustment. Now this Carroll offense needs to get some momentum. They need to get going. I'd get up to that line of scrimmage and call those plays quick and see if I can get my timing and really take off here.
Chargers with a little zip in their step coming onto the field, the offensive unit now. Here's Becker back in there and screens the ball to the right. That'll be a short gain, but a gain nonetheless for the Carroll Chargers. They need anything to try to build some chemistry as Bransfield coming up with that ball.
I like Bransfield's a good football player out there. If Becker can get him that ball a little bit quicker, but a nice job from that Spartan position of Cole Etchinson to come down and make that tackle.
Tight trips package to the left side, the wide side of the field. Becker looks that way. Pump fake again. Now rolls to his right, buying time. Got to get rid of it. Turns the corner. Spins and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Does not get a lot, but doesn't lose a lot either.
No, it's great defense because Becker wanted to go deep, but Homestead's elected to use Etchinson, number 30, out there on the Spartan position to kind of spy on Becker, and he comes up and makes that tackle and takes that away.
Offensive line for the Chargers averaging 256 a man. Tackle. Orion Chenery, Kyler Bills, and Tyler Wiersma are the guards. Nathan Spade, the big senior, 330, 6'5", a senior, and Reeve Muncie in there.
Got some
anchoring
big
the tackles, and I do mean anchoring.
Those were monster tackles, and they've protected Becker all year. So this is where you're Becker. You want to step up and make a good throw. They like to run that seam with Bransfield down the middle of the field. If Becker's on time, Joe, that play could be here. But this is a huge third down.
Yeah, they've not marked the play clock ready. And
so that's why if you're Carroll, you got a little bit of time. So take your time here and get a good play. They're going to run a bunch formation down here, Joe.
Yeah, Tom Mew went over to the Homestead sideline for some reason. Now Becker wanting to throw again. Looks, dials one up and throws short. He's got a first down catch. Working to the right side. Little drag route run. A little clear out that time, and they got the ball into the hands once again of Bransfield, and he responds with a catch for the first down.
Bransfield is tough. 6'3", 220. You don't hear as much about him because you hear so much about Griffin Little, but the same type of player who has the ability to get open.
3 wide to the left side. Becker wants to throw again. Loads, fires for those spots. Got a catch. That's inside the 25. Again, we'll be down to about the 23. That'll be a pickup of about 7.
Now, this is Carroll football. You begin to see Becker settle into the football game. That time he runs Bransfield to the flat, comes back to his wide receiver. I like the tempo here.
This time the trips packages to the right, loads the fire to the right side in traffic. Another catch around the 15-yard line.
Yeah,
that'll be good for another first down.
That's Leighton Mitchell coming up and making that play on Donovan Leonard. Leonard gives him the cushion, and Mitchell's just too good. So now this is where it becomes dangerous, because you begin to feel Becker's starting to feel it. He's starting to get his groove, and if I'm Carroll, I continue the tempo and I continue the attack.
Chargers on the move. Inside the red zone now. 8:24 remains in the third quarter. Still 17-0 Homestead. Becker to throw again. Pump fake. Looking, being and sacked back outside the 25-yard line. Cam Rogers.
That's a tremendous play by Rogers, but you're going to have holding on the Homestead defense. Mitchell runs the corner route, and it looked like maybe it was Lehman out there that held him. But how about Rogers? Rogers penetrates and drops Becker, and Becker was just getting ready to let that ball go. But you're going to have holding on the defense that time, Joe, and that's a big play.
Yeah, the flag was back around the 6-yard line. Now they pick it up, but it will be assessed against Homestead.
And I don't think he needed to hold on that. Mitchell had a nice move and was running the corner route to the end zone, but Archibald was moving over to come over the top on that. But that's a big penalty, and that's a big break for Carroll.
That'll move the ball down to the 16-yard line. Still just 8 minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in quarter 3 action. Becker now with 2 wide to the right side. Short drop, looks right, throws to the right, throws to the corner. Looking, the ball is incomplete. Looking for Mason Englert, and another flag.
Yeah, and you got to turn around, find that football. Englert runs the flag route to the corner. Becker puts that ball in a good position, but if you're Homestead, you have to turn around and find that football, Joe. That time it's going to be on Etchinson, and Etchinson's so good in the run support. That time he got matched up on the wide receiver and just didn't get turned around on that. So a couple of big breaks for Carroll. And how big would it be, Joe, for Carroll to get this ball in the end zone?
Now the Chargers beneficial of a couple of penalties by Homestead, and now officials, let's see where they're going to try to walk that ball off from. Should be from the 16. That's the one thing. It's not a spot foul. And they'll move it back, let's see, half the distance. Should go down to the 8, right? If my math is right.
That's correct. 28-0 now, Dwanger over Northrop, Joe.
Becker out of the pistol. Got motion now right to left behind the line of scrimmage, but he still wants to throw to the right side. He's got a drag route catch made inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Again, they found a little something now with Bransfield, I should say. Bransfield.
That's Bransfield on Martin. That's strength on strength. Bransfield gets it. He turns the head to the end zone. And I'll tell you, Nick Martin will tackle anything that's out there. Martin just drops the pads on Bransfield and drops them there, like maybe the 2-yard line, but I love how they're working Bransfield in. It's so easy with the big tight end like that, and Bransfield's like Little for Homestead. He has the knack and the ability to get open.
They also bring Tucker Steely in now for offensive purposes.
Yep, that's the big back. They like to run Steely down at the goal line. He's big and strong and run between the tackles, so we'll see what kind of look they give Homestead here. But that was a great play. But again, Nick Martin, I'm telling you, Joe, that was a big-time tackle to come up and drop Bransfield.
1st and goal from the 3, and a touchdown now for Carroll changes the complexion of this game. Gives new life to the Chargers, but can they get in? Staley up on the wing to the right side. He comes in motion. They'll hand the ball. No, it's a quarterback run to the right side. And spin move down close to the goal line. The ball popped free. They're going to rule it down on contact, though. Becker, boy, did he dodge a bullet.
Wow, did he take a hit. I think that was Martin again that absolutely brings the thunder. And that was... Well, that's going to be close if that was I guess they're going to give Carroll the football. I thought he fumbled that ball away. But
they ruled it down on contact, Joe. And now here's a pitch to the right side and a touchdown run into the end zone. That was Hunter Mertz to pay dirt from a yard out at the 7:21 mark. And Carroll still alive.
That was a nice play. Looked like an unbalanced line. Homestead was still complaining about the play before, if it was a fumble or not. I thought he fumbled that ball away, but Carroll gets lined up and runs their big back. And That's a huge touchdown for Carroll, and now we have ourselves a football game in the second half, and Dinan's a good coach. Good coaches make those good halftime adjustments, and Carroll's made their adjustments.
Horton on to try to make it a 10-point lead, cut it to 10. Here's the right-footed kick on the way, long enough, strong enough, and good. So Horton with the extra point, and it's 17-7. The lead is trimmed to 10. We'll be back. This is IHSAA Tournament Football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where
Well, Carroll, their offensive unit, Joe, had more consistency, more rhythm, more continuity. But, Chad Zolman talked about in the pregame interview also. He said one of the things, we can't help the other team out with stupid penalties. And Homestead did have a couple that helped the Chargers on that last drive.
Yeah, bad penalties, but I thought Carroll's tempo was much better on that drive. And Carroll is a tremendous football team. So, we talk so much about Homestead, and Carroll's got a lot of seniors and a lot of heart, and you kind of felt like they would battle back.
Here comes the kick again, coming along, and that's fielded inside the 10, a run to the right side along the hash mark. And up across the 30, 35, and not short of the 35-yard line. Well, the scrum still goes on, but they'll not mark that ball down and play stopped. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans now. And how does Homestead respond after that Carroll score?
Yeah, and quickly we'll go up on the Summit City Sports platform. Dwanger's rolling 28-0 in the third quarter over Northrop, so they're steaming to another sectional championship. Concordia 49-0 over Peru, so a little bit of a statement by Concordia. Mississinawa in that 4A sectional 14-7 over Marion. South Adams big 47-6 over Madison Grant, and Carmel's rolling Westfield right now in 6A.
Here's motion to the right side. They'll hand the ball off on a sweep, and there's Archibald that comes up and got a block on the outside corner, brings it across the 35, stepped out of bounds around the 37, maybe the 38-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good play for Homestead, and for Carroll, an outside linebacker's got to make that tackle, Joe. You cannot lose contain. So it looks like Homestead's going to come back to that run game, and Carroll's in that four-man front, so that's the adjustment. Homestead's going to have to throw the ball at some point here, Joe.
Burton is in as the running back, offset behind to the right, behind Goody. He'll take the handoff, and there's a gain by Burton across the 40 to about the 41. It's going to be short of the first down stick by about 1.5 yards.
Runs right behind Sean Rice, 6'4", 295, the junior, the right guard. And Sean Rice has so much talent, and he's just developing his body, Joe. And another year in the weight room, and it's going to be awesome to see how good Sean Rice is.
And how about this play with 6:40 remaining in the quarter? 3rd down and a long yard. Motion near side behind the line of scrimmage. Goody barking out the signals, looks to run the ball again, and they've got the first down and much more. Here's Burton in a foot race. Inside the 30 and 5.
Fumble.
He lost the football, and it's still loose, and Carroll scrambles for it inside the 20, and the Chargers have got it.
That's an unbelievable play by Tucker Steely, the linebacker, Joe. Burton's motoring down the field, and Steely, instead of just making the tackle, he swings and knocks the ball away. That is a tremendous effort play by Tucker Steely. That's a shame for Burton. That's a phenomenal run between the tackles, but effort is what you need, and Tucker Steely gives Carroll that, and they recover that football. Bookmark it. That's a huge turnover and a huge break for Carroll. Man, I tell you, football is about effort and heart. That is so much heart to make that play.
Well, especially now if the Chargers are able to turn it into points on the board. What a turnaround this could be developing. Still 6:21 remaining here in this third quarter. 17-7. Carroll has just scored. Now they get the ball back at their own 18-yard line. and Becker to screen the ball, and he's got a short pass completion, a gain across the 25 up to just short of the 30-yard line.
And you feel Becker starting to warm up and attack, and Homestead, instead of sitting back, Homestead needs to blitz some linebackers and try to get to Becker a little bit faster, because right now Becker's starting to pick them apart, Joe.
Evan Harris comes back in as the running back, now offset to the right side, giving ground. Here's Becker wanting to throw. Can't find anything. Looking, now throws near side, and the only thing open, he had Mason Englert here on the near sideline, and that'll be a short gain.
And that's a good job by Englert, because Becker wanted to go deep to Bransfield, but he was covered. And Englert, though, got himself open just for a short gain. So I love the tempo now with Carroll.
They rule it no catch.
Oh, I thought he had that.
So it'll come back to the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Chargers on the move, working from left to right as we look at it. Becker out of the gun again. Looks, loads, fires, and he's got Leighton Mitchell for a catch for a first down at the 40.
Yeah, he was right there, Leighton Mitchell. And Donovan Leonard, that's too much cushion for Homestead. Leonard is playing so far off, and all Mitchell is running is the hook, and Becker's on time with the football.
Chargers no huddle, and Becker to throw again. Looks through and throws Nart, trying to finesse that ball in there. Just nothing there. Englert that time double covered.
That's dangerous to the short side. Homestead's lucky there should be defensive holding on that. They're going to call offensive holding on Carroll. That's huge, but Leonard had a handful of Mitchell's jersey coming down here. That should have been a defensive holding on Homestead, so that's a devastating penalty for Carroll, and it's going to really put them behind the chains here, Joe.
Yeah, the walk-off hurts Carroll now.
If I was Homestead, I'd make an adjustment. I would flip-flop Lehman, and I'd put Lehman on Mitchell, Joe, and move Leonard to the other side, because Carroll's attacking Leonard with Mitchell, and I think Lehman is a tremendous corner. It would be a better matchup for Homestead.
It'll remain first down, but first down and 22 from the 28-yard line. Becker drops to throw again. Looking, steps up, throws left side, and there is a ball that's intercepted, but no, let's see how they're going to rule it.
It's intercepted. Archibald makes that play.
At the 46-yard line, and the Spartans will get it back.
And Becker got impatient. You can't make that throw. He had Mitchell, and Mitchell didn't flatten his route out, and Becker just can't make that throw there. That's the sophomore in Becker, and that's the little bit of being impatient. You can't take that risk at that point. And again, who else? Archibald comes over and makes a huge play and a huge break for Homestead. And now if I'm Homestead, I come out here and I attack with my passing game and see if I can get one more touchdown and put Carroll away.
Spartans huddling up now. Clock shows 5:43 remaining in this third quarter, 17-7. Spartans scored the first 17 points of the ball game. Shotgun formation now. And here is a play-action throw, and they've got a wide-open Cam Rogers inside the 30-25. Cuts to his right, inside the 15 to the 10, and knocked down before he could score. But it'll be first and goal, and the Spartans bounce right back with a big play.
Beautiful run-pass option. They put Archibald in the backfield, fake the handoff to Archibald, and Goody's so good with throwing that football on time. And Rogers just runs the seam route, and Goody just puts that ball right on the numbers, and that's Homestead football. And now Carroll's in danger time here. Carroll's back on their heels, and they really need to get a stop here, Joe.
Joe, we've had some big swings in this ball game. Just the last, minute of play, looked like Carroll was in position to get closer to within just a field goal. But now, here's Goody looking on the read option, hands it off, and not much there. The gain from the 5. In fact, they'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage on that carry.
That's Wes Stevens dropping Burton that time. I thought Burton might be able to get the edge, and Stevens makes a heck of a play out there. So if you're Carroll, you got to hold Homestead to a field goal here, Joe. I think if Homestead scores here, that could be it for Carroll.
Sam Scavo checks into the ball game now. He's up on the slot to the right side. It'll be second down and goal. No gain. Second and goal from the 5. Here's Goody. Looks quickly and being pursued. Steps out of it. Has time. Reverses back and then falls down outside the 20-yard line. Lost his footing down there. Yeah. Being pursued by Tucker Steele among others.
Yeah, and Carroll does a nice job of calling the blitz. Goody is able to get away from Steele initially. goes to set his feet, and you just can't make the play. So that's a huge stop for Carroll, and that four-man front has made a difference here, Joe, and that also might just take Homestead out of field goal range.
Again, we talk about swings both ways. 3rd down and 21. Crowd alive here beneath us on the Carroll side. Goody trying to bark out the signal. Play clock is down to 4, down to 3. Here's Goody, gets the play off. Loads, throws the fade to the right side. The catch is up and made for a touchdown if it's ruled a catch. It was.
Kiesler on the fade. Vollmer had great coverage, but he didn't get turned around, and Goody just drops it in the basket. And it seems like every time Homestead gets a big pass play, Kiesler steps up and makes a huge catch, and that might be the backbreaker right there, Joe. That's a tremendous play call for Homestead, and that just shows you how good Goody is throwing that fade route. You felt like Carroll had him, and Carroll had defended, and they had their best coverage guy out there, but Homestead makes the play.
Yeah, Jared Kiesler on the catch for the touchdown, had 5 catches last week for 59 yards. That was a big one for the Spartans who bounced back. Now the right-footed kick, no. Whistles blew right before the snap. And let's see, are we going to have a penalty? It goes against the Spartans. They'll have to do it again.
Boy, you felt like when Carroll got that turnover, that interception that Archibald got was huge. That really took that momentum from Carroll. And that was on 3rd and 23. Boy, you don't want to get beat deep. But that took a perfect pass, and Goody delivered.
So that'll back Gunner Fry up. Now it becomes a 25-yard extra point attempt from right in the middle of the field. Still 3:44 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Been a couple of dramatic changes in momentum. Chargers show blitz. Here is a Gunner Fry. 25-yard extra point attempt is good. So add 1 to the Spartan total. That'll make it 24-7. Lead back to 17 for Homestead. Breathing a little easier now. And we'll be back. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where
Hunter Mertz, the deepest of the trio kick returners for the Chargers, and with his Carroll crowd now suddenly very quiet, Joe, as they look like they were in business on that fumble recovery, but they turn it right back to Homestead. Scores now a dribbling ball. That'll filter through. That's a free ball. It's picked up at the 20-yard line, and here's a spin move across the 25 up to about the 29 is where the Carroll offense goes to work once again, but now down 17.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Dinan, I'm telling my sophomore quarterback to shake it off. I need something now, okay? We shouldn't have thrown the last ball. We throw the pick, but let's get our tempo going, and let's get this offense down the field. So Carroll really needs to score on every possession now, Joe, but this one's huge because you'd like to go into the 4th quarter to be within at least 10 points. 17 just feels like a huge hole right now for Carroll.
Bowden Height, part of the Twins package out there wide to the left side as Becker looks that way and throws the ball to a spot and come back. That was Height, I believe, that no, they're going to rule it no catch.
I thought he caught that, and as cold as it is out there, my hands are, I can barely hold the microphone out there. I'd give that one to him.
No question. So incomplete pass, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 with the ball coming back at the 29-yard line. 3:34 remaining late in this 3rd quarter. Becker out of the gun. Looks right, throws the ball in the out pass and has got a catch, but Homestead is right there to cover up on Englert after he caught that ball.
That's Hutchinson coming out there, making that tackle for Homestead, number 30, and 5'11", 195, the junior. And he is so good with his ability to read and react from that safety position.
3rd down and long, 3rd and 6 for the Chargers, trying to get out to about their own 38-yard line on this snap. Here's Becker to throw again, looking, throws the left side, and that one is caught. Well, it wasn't caught at the 43.
I thought Mitchell had it, but at the last second, looked like that was Leonard, or maybe it was the safety out there that came up and knocked that ball away. That was like, look at Mickens out there and knocked that ball away. And, oh, man, you hate to punt here. I know you have to, but, boy, you hate to give the ball back to Homestead. Do you fake it? Do you roll the dice and fake it here, or is it just too early, Joe?
That's 4th and 6. I don't know. That's asking a lot. Looked like they had the catch as Horton, though, will have to punt the ball away. Waits it at 19. Low snap. Got it away, though. Nice wobbly ball. And that will be caught and run. Archbold cuts right, comes back to the left.
Wow.
And, boy, he got an extra 8 yards, brings it up across the 45 to the 46. He took a chance, Joe.
He did. And he has such great hands and so much confidence, not only catch that ball, but to make a positive play. So that's huge for the offense. They start on their own 46, and it feels like with that big offensive line, now maybe you can hammer away, run your big back in Burton, and see if you can shorten this game a little bit.
Joe, anybody else would have called fair catch on that punt.
I'm telling you, you hear those footsteps. I mean, you stand back there, and you can literally feel those guys coming. So not only is that a smart move, but it takes a lot of guts to make that move.
Again, Carroll puts 9 in the box right now. Is good. He's going to flip-flop Rogers and Griffin. So here is a little screen, comes to the right side, and there's Cam Rogers, hurries to his right. Brings it up around midfield and a yard deep into Carroll territory. That will be a gain of about 5 yards on that quick-hitting play.
Yeah, Rogers gets the ball, and I thought he was going to get more. And Vollmer comes up that time and just drops his pads and drops Rogers. So I like that, though. It's just a quick little safe pass. And when you have Archibald and Rogers in the slot, a lot of times that turns into a big play.
2nd down and 5. Now Homestead works from the right side hash mark. They'll look again to run the ball. And straight ahead, Carey powering his way for a positive gain up there as the running back. That'll be a gain down to inside the Carroll 47. It'll bring up 3rd down and let's say about still 3.
Yeah, and that was Mertz that makes the tackle. He had 12 tackles last week against Snyder, and he's a first-team all-conference linebacker for Carroll. So big 3rd down here. If you're Carroll, you got to get the stop and get the ball back. And if you're Homestead, I might come back to that Wildcat with Archibald again because that was effective, but Carroll's still playing that 4-man line now, so they'll probably have to throw the ball here, Joe. We'll see.
Well, Archibald is in there. But Burton is the running back offset to the right side. Here's the snap, and Archibald wants to run himself, and fighting. He did not get there, I don't think.
Excellent defense. Looked like that was Wes Stevens again, Joe, that makes that play. Stevens and Mertz just continue to make tackle after tackle. And now what do you do here if you're Homestead?
4th down and a long 2. Looks like,
wow, they're not even going to hesitate. They're going to go for it.
But remember, Goody also does the punting. He could kick the ball away here. Let's see. High snap, and he will kick it away. Nobody back deep for Carroll. They'll have to take a high bounce. Comes back upfield a little bit. Outside the 10 at about the 12-yard line, I think, is where the Chargers will get it back.
Good call, Mr. Parson. You nailed it.
That's
exactly. And that's smart. Homestead spreads them out in the spread, and they punt the ball away, and they're content to play defense.
Yeah, clock is on their side right now with 5:15 remaining. There's that.
I mean, it's tough now because the game's getting shortened, so you almost have to throw the ball every single play. But I think at times that's hurt Carroll because Carroll just really hasn't had any type of run game at all, Joe.
So the Chargers, they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Nothing has come easy so far tonight for the Chargers. Becker with 3 wide to the right side, looks weak side left and throws over the middle. Actually, he's got a catch. That'll be a gain across the, the 15 up to about the 18 or 19-yard line.
Yeah, and it's tempo, and Homestead's content to keep the ball in front of them and allow those short catches.
So that was a pickup of about 5 on the quick-hitting pass play over the middle. Becker again looking right, throws, and he's got a man. That's a catch, boy. And he dropped that and went in nicely right in the hands of Mason Englert.
That's a fantastic pass. I thought when he threw it, they were going to have all kinds of problems, but this is where you got to watch if you're Homestead. That's going to be 15 yards, isn't it? Now, if I'm Coach Zolman, I begin to show my teeth and my ferociousness to my guys on defense. If you start committing personal fouls, you will pay the price tomorrow morning.
Joe, that's exactly what Coach talked about in the pregame interview.
Oh, yeah. Don't you try me. I'll make you run till you bleed in the morning. You may have a sectional championship, and things may be great, but I'll be waiting for you in the morning. So those are the mistakes when your defense is playing so good, you can't make those mistakes. And there was a little bit of a history the first time Carroll and Homestead played, that the second half, every single play was physical, because these kids, Joe, have played against each other since almost grade school.
Remember, they come from that old Northeast Hoosier Conference.
Oh yeah, and these kids have known each other since they've been tiny, whether it was PAL football or flag football or middle school football. So we'll see.
Now we're down to 19 seconds remaining in the quarter. Becker's got motion to the left side. They want to run the ball, and they've got a hole up the middle. Again inside the 40, down to about the 36-yard line, and here come the Chargers again. Let's see if we get another play off before the end of the quarter.
That was Evan Harris on that one, Joe. And Carroll sees that Homestead's now playing the three-man line.
Quick hitting play once again. And here's a quarterback keeper run to the right. And Becker spins his way across the 30 and out of bounds. That'll be the final. Well, there's still 0.4 of a second remaining.
Now Carroll's got the tempo. Homestead's decided to play a three-man front. Homestead typically plays the 3-3-5, but they usually roll somebody up front. Right now, Homestead's kind of sitting back.
Bransfield in there tight to the left side as Becker looks to Harris. And Evan Harris, looking for some running room, does not find much after that gain of about 6 yards. That will be the final play of this third quarter. So we head to the final 12 minutes. 24-7. Homestead just 12 minutes away from a sectional championship. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple. Ball is a four-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance and Ortho Clinic, an Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy. For more info, visit teampineapple.com.
Becker underway in the fourth quarter, swings it out to the right side. Got a catch down the right sideline, a run after the catch, down inside the 20 to the 15, and the Chargers not dead yet, Joe. They bounce back, and they're on the move inside the red zone.
Yeah, good-looking drive here for Carroll, so you have to hurry and try to get this ball in the end zone. It's a final now with Concordia, 56-6 over Peru.
Wow.
So congratulations to Coach Manigal over there, Concordia sectional champions.
Here's Becker, looks left, three wide to left. He's got a man open. Here's a ball caught for a touchdown. Coming right back, that's Mitchell for the touchdown. Good for 15 yards at the 11:47 mark. And Carroll bounces back with a score to make it interesting again.
And that's why Mitchell should have been first team. That's a great route. That's Mitchell that time making that move. And I thought Homestead had him locked down, but Mitchell makes the move on Archibald, and Becker's on time. And that's a huge touchdown for Carroll and gets him right back in this game. 11 touchdowns on the season for Leighton Mitchell, a huge senior season.
Now the extra point attempt is on the way, and that is good. And again, the decision tightens. It's 24-14, still with 11:47 remaining. Back after this is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where
Well, one thing we know now, whoever wins this ball game will host the Carmel Greyhounds next Friday night here in Fort Wayne.
Carmel got a big win over Westfield, and Carmel's got some losses this year, but Carmel always seems to turn it up at playoff time.
Now Carroll kicking away from right to left. Horton approaching at the 40 and does drive the ball end over end left side. That'll take a bounce and is caught at the 5. Here's a run across the middle of the field and a good defense.
Fumble.
The ball is free. Scramble for it. The Chargers have got it inside the 5.
Wow, that was Hunter Mertz that puts the hit on the Homestead runner, and he ripped that ball away, Joe. And that is a huge turnover. And what a break for Carroll. And now a chance to maybe cut the game to 3. Wow, have we seen big plays. You've called it. You said it's just big play after big play.
That was Caleb Fritsch on the return trying to sweep to his left. And meanwhile, we've got a Carroll player that's being assisted.
How about Mertz, though, running down full steam and not only making the tackle, ripping that football away. And you nailed it, Joe. You said it just seems like the momentum jumps back and forth with these turnovers. And now, Carroll, you punch this ball in there, and, man, do we have ourselves a sectional championship game.
So it'll be 1st and goal, Carroll. They've got it inside the 4 at the 3-yard line. Becker with a great opportunity to get his team back within 3. He's got motion from right to left and hands the ball off on a slip. Is that a Tucker Steely carry? I believe he took the ball, but does not get much yardage of any. Only back to the line of scrimmage at the 3.
Those Homestead linebackers are tough. I thought Steely was going to get the corner, but those linebackers are tough. We talk so much about Rogers, the Miami of Ohio commit. At time, Nick Martin and Luke Palmer chase backside to make that tackle, and this could be difficult to get this ball in the end zone here.
Steely up in the flanks out to the slot to the right side, comes in motion again back to the near side. Here's Becker, rolls to his right. He can run, throws back, and the high ball, hard one, no good. Incomplete.
Oh, man, he had it. If he would have just tucked it and took it around the corner, he decided to come back to Bransfield, and that's just too difficult to make that throw. But Becker's such a good athlete, he could have went to that corner and dove for that pylon, Joe.
And Joe, even a field goal right now makes it a 1-score lead for Homestead.
And that's a great point, and that's why Becker has to be careful here. Don't turn the football over and force anything in this situation.
Mitchell wide to the right, draws double coverage. Meanwhile, Becker looking over his shoulder. They may call a timeout, and they will.
That's good. I would call the timeout and get organized. That's a good decision. This is too big of a play.
It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 3 when we return to Dave Walters Memorial Stadium, 24-14. But Carroll knocking on the door. We'll be back. This is IHSAA Football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket. Championship Friday Night Lights all across the state of Indiana. Here we go, 3rd down and goal from the 3. Mertz stays in as the running back. Becker now flip-flops the tight end to the left side. Bransfield motion now back near side as well. Here's a quick throw. No, Becker being pursued. Rolling, gets rid of the ball, throws it and intercepted in the end zone. Was it dropped?
Now it's going to be intercepted, and that's the play Becker cannot make. Becker's a sophomore. He's a tremendous player. You can't make that pass there. That's the mistake you can't make. You just cannot make that mistake. And Becker has been so fantastic this year, but that's a devastating mistake for Carroll.
Would have been better off just to throw it away,
just throw it away,
the sack, and try to get the field goal.
And some of that play calling at that point, sometime come back with your big back and run the ball in the middle of the field. It just seemed like they constantly were trying to get the ball to Mitchell, but Becker's going to learn from that, and he has to realize he can't make that mistake, and Homestead dodges a big bullet.
Spartans with the ball, and the lead still at 10. And now 10:51 remaining in regulation. Will it be Carmel against Homestead here at next Friday night in Fort Wayne? Now, here's a read option. They hand the ball off and grudging run up the middle across to the 25, a gain of 5 for the Spartans.
And I don't think I would just keep the ball on the ground here with Burton, and I would send the orders in. 2 hands on the football and let's hammer away and see if we can shorten this game some more. But I kind of feel for Becker as an old quarterback. Becker's been so awesome this year, and sometimes you just get caught up in the moment trying to make a play.
Burton, by the way, 205, a junior at 6'1". Now Goody looking to the sidelines once again. 10:15 remains. It'll be second down and 5. Motion near side. They will reset Griffin. Play clock at 3. Here's Goody wanting to throw the out high ball that's caught for first down across the 30.
Yeah, it's a nice timing route that time. Looked like Archibald again makes that catch, but Carroll's got to tighten up, Joe. Carroll can't allow that. That's too easy out there. If that's Vollmer out there, that's not Vollmer, maybe Dinan out there, but they have to tighten that up, Joe, and you can't allow that at this point in the game.
It'll be 1st and 10, so the Spartans with a new set of downs to work with. The clock continues to move inside of 10 minutes now. 24-14 Homestead. Carroll's had some opportunities to get closer, but mistakes have hurt the Chargers. Now Goody again out of the pistol. Looking, hands the ball off, and
nice.
Nothing there. Good defense by the Chargers. They will have a tackle for loss.
Beautiful. Looked like that was Mertz and Steely making the play on that. So that's a heck of a first down play out of your linebacker. So good defense for Carroll. You're not done yet. You got to get a stop here and get the ball back to your offense.
Loss of 1, back to around the 33. As far as the timeouts, both teams with Carroll's got 2 remaining. Here's Goody now, read option, wants to throw, being pursued, then tripped up and dropped.
Wow.
Tucker Steely got just enough of an ankle to bring him down.
And I thought Goody was going to get rid of that ball to Kiesler, but how about the game Steely's having to chase him down? And at the last second, Goody decides just to tuck it and to go down, which is a good decision there and not cough the ball up. So I think on this big third down here, I just run the ball from Homestead and eat up some clock.
Losses back to the 24. 2 wide, both sides of the field now. And the Carroll crowd with some hope. Corners playing off. Now Goody with a play clock at 5 again. Looking, drops to throw. Time of the pocket, looking. Still a lot of time. Now flush to his right. He will throw on the run. He's got a man out there. The ball is caught for a first down. That's Archibald again to the 49.
Are you kidding me? Goody all the time in the pocket, slide steps, puts the ball on the backside, and Archibald again, Joe. That's an amazing throw. But I'm telling you, we talked about the MAC earlier. I tell you, Archibald could play Big Ten ball, Joe. I mean, 6 feet, 205. That was a phenomenal catch to come back and get that. And I tell you, Archibald, he could play safety. He can play slot back. He can play special teams. I mean, I never saw a guy whose daddy could hoop like that when I was a kid, Darren Archibald. So the bloodlines are there, the senior leadership. That's a huge play to get that first down.
I hate to tell you how old I am, but I called some of Darren's games.
He was phenomenal.
Here's now a broken play, almost looked like a quarterback keeper play, and they will have a positive gain. The Spartans do into Carroll territory down to about the 48.
And you talk about the bloodlines. You know, the last time Snyder wasn't in a sectional championship, it was Northrop that was in the sectional championship. How about Cam Rogers' dad, Ben Rogers? He was a phenomenal player. We talked about Darren Archibald. How about Luke Goody? His dad with the Bloodlines, Craig. Craig played down at IU. How about Max Schultz? His daddy was Ryan Schultz, maybe one of the best receivers in the 90s for the Bishop Lures.
Here's Goody again looking to hand the ball. No, he dumps it off to Cam Rogers. Got a block at the 45. Works to the 40. Stop and go move. Still bowls his way inside the 35 down to the 33. And now Homestead moving the ball. But, Joe, they just want to hold on and run that clock.
Hold on. Nice job by Goody to get rid of it. And you see the strength of Rogers to plant and the size and the power to punish the Carroll defenders and get that first down. But just, I tell you, so impressive with Homestead. They can beat you different ways, Joe, and we're seeing that tonight.
Now at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Goody looking, and Carroll shows blitz. Now he'll back away with still 11 on the play clock. The game clock is down inside 6.5 minutes. Changes the play call once again. Backs up to the pistol. Looks on the read option. They'll hand it off, and it's Burton on a sweep to the short side to the left. Thought I saw a penalty flag down there.
Yeah, they got the edge that time, but it's going to be a hold on the left tackle for Homestead. Looked like he was turning Wes Stevens in, so that's going to be a big penalty against Homestead and a big break for Carroll.
Official tonight, a referee, Tom Mew. So that'll be a walk-off against Homestead. We'll move them back outside the 30.
Tell you, this Homestead offensive line, Joe, talk about Owen Heyer, the junior, 5'11", 230, second team all-conference. Brady Parker, first team all-conference, left guard, 6'1", 265. And the center, the leader of the offensive line, Robert McCroy, first team, 5'11", 245. The right guard, big old Sean Rice, 6'4", 295. And the right tackle, Grant Parker, 6'1", 230. An awesome offensive line, and the question mark coming into this offense this year was the offensive line, and they have gotten the job done.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 40-yard line. Read option again. They'll run the ball, and Carroll stuffs that one after a short gain. It was 1st down and 18 after the penalty. So be second down in about 15 or 16.
Boy, that Larry Seibel's a ball player, too. Makes another tackle, number 33 out there, comes down and scrapes on the line of scrimmage to make that tackle. So now, Homestead's going to be real slow and methodical here. We'll see if Carroll can get the stop. It's tempting you want to hang on to those 2 timeouts if you're Carroll.
Spartans not really moving up to the line of scrimmage. Now they do. Game clock is down to 5:30 time remaining. Here's a screen coming. Double pass. Here's Archibald thrown to the right side. He's got a catch. Kistler behind the defense, and he will score. Little razzle-dazzle by the Spartans, and that one good for 38 yards on the double pass. And a touchdown to Kistler. That'll ice it for the Spartans, and they're on to the regional against Carmel here next week.
Another big catch by Kiesler, but this is all about Jake Archibald tonight. Jake Archibald is intercepting passes. Jake Archibald's running for touchdowns in the Wildcat. Jake Archibald throws a touchdown on a trick play there. This sectional championship, the difference between Carroll and Homestead tonight is Jake Archibald.
Time of the score, 5:21.
Impressive. And I tell you, how about the play calling? Homestead continued to attack during this game, and hats off to that coaching staff. That's a phenomenal play call at that point in the game.
You like to be Carmel preparing for the Greyhound, or for the Spartans. Here's the kick, though, by Gunnar Fry, and it's up on the way, and it is good. So tack on another point, 31-14, Homestead. Now lengthening the lead, and we'll be back. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket. East Novo, we've just been told, with a win over Leo, 14-10. The Knights, they'll host Marion, or they'll be at Mississinawa.
Marion's up 28-21 the fourth quarter in that one, Joe.
Meanwhile, the kick coming down in the middle of the field, taken at the 15. Little run to the near side. Turn the corner at the 30, 35. And again across the 40. So it'll be decent field position again for Carroll. But time not their ally right now with 5:12 remaining and down 17 here to Homestead at 31-14.
And you talked about Carmel preparing for Homestead. And I'll tell you what. Carroll's a good football team. From 3 wins last year to 7 wins this year, this is a really good victory for Homestead because Carroll is so good in a number of different positions and really could match up across the board at times with Homestead.
Now let's see what the Chargers have got with the final minutes. They'll hand the ball off, and no, it's Becker that looking to buy time. Rolls, sprints out to his right, then turns upfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain, but did not take the sack and did not take the tackle for loss.
And Ben Rogers, the coordinator for Homestead, defensive coordinator, has done a nice job with Becker tonight because when Becker's had to retreat, Joe, he's retreated back into the backfield, and that's really been difficult for him then to step up and throw the football.
It was a loss of 1. Here's a pump fake, and now a throw. The out pat, nobody's home. Another pick. Archibald's got it midfield, 40, 35. Got a convoy inside the 20, inside the 10. Cuts back to the middle of the field. He will score. That will be a 51-yard interception return for the touchdown. And here come the Spartans on with that 11 straight victory.
And there's going to be some late flags, and we'll see what it is. And Becker's really upset, and I feel for him. Becker's a heck of a quarterback, but you have to account for the safety. That time it was the flag route, and Becker continues to stare down Mitchell, and Archibald's watching his eyes, and Becker missed long, and Archibald makes a heck of a play, and he's such an athlete, he turns that into a touchdown. So again, this is the Jake Archibald Sectional Championship tonight, and what a phenomenal player.
I was just going to ask you, do you think he's done enough tonight?
I think so, and I tell you, I'd like to go back to my office and call the University of Cincinnati Bearcats and say, hey, there's somebody up here that you guys should maybe come and see, because I take this tape and I can send this tape to anybody, and what's the deal? Hey, what's going on? Who doesn't want this kid?
And meanwhile, Coach Donnelly's over there.
I know.
Be quiet, Joe.
I know. Coach Donnelly's going to come over and put some duct tape over my mouth with that, but I'm telling you, the kid's a winner. The family's a winner. I mean, his daddy was Darren Archibald. I mean, what a tremendous performance. And really, the senior leadership for Homestead, too.
You think back years ago, that's how St. Francis got Corey Jackway from New Haven. Nobody thought he was big enough.
I know. Everybody thought he wasn't big enough for that, and I never understood that. How about Jamesich you guys got from Carroll? I mean, man, we were out here doing high school games, and I was like, I called Cincinnati. I said, you guys got to come look at this kid.
All he does is lead all of NAIA football in sacks last year.
He was a monster at the high school level.
Meanwhile, back to reality here. Trevor Horton on to add the extra point. Waiting for that snap. Right-footed kick is on the way. Elevates on the way, and it is good. And more points for the Spartans, and they're up at 38-14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
With Joe Walburn, I'm Joe Parson back at Dave Walters Memorial Stadium. And Joe, think back, it was not that many minutes ago, late in the third quarter, we were talking about Carroll being with an opportunity on a fumble return after the kickoff. They had the ball first and goal at the 3. had a chance to get it down to a 3-point ball game. Now suddenly it's 38-14 Homestead.
Yeah, that's a great point, and that was the sudden change. First and goal at the 3, 24-14, and Homestead stiffens and gets the interception. So, man, we thought we were going to have a whole different game at that point, and like you said, Joe, the momentum changes in this game.
Penalty means that Homestead will kick off from the Carroll 45, and that one easily goes into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback, and the Chargers now with 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in their season will get the ball back for at least one final time.
What I like about Homestead is they can play you a lot of different ways, that offense. They showed you power football tonight. They have maybe the best quarterback in the state with Luke Goody, the ability to throw those fade routes, and then they have an attacking defense. So Homestead can beat you a lot of different ways, Joe, so it's very impressive to watch.
1st and 10, Carroll at their own 20-yard line. A lot of crowd beginning to file out of here now as Becker loads, looks, pulls it down, now scrambles, flush to his right side, throws on the run, trying to just finesse that ball in there. And incomplete pass. Looking for Bransfield once again.
Becker's had a fantastic season, and he's going to watch this tape tomorrow and be upset with himself by a couple of these throws. But he will learn from this, and he'll grow from this, and such an exciting player. And I tell you, we talked about the year of the quarterback. We saw Jeffrey Becker. We saw Luke Goody. How about Deuce Taylor? He was awesome this year before he hurt his hand. And John Barnes was awesome for Snyder, another kid who should have a bigger scholarship offer. Nice throw to Leighton Mitchell. Woo! That's what gets me so excited about Becker. Only a sophomore, and on that play, Joe, gives you a little roll, and he's so accurate on the run when he throws the football.
Got himself a first down, so he moved the chains upfield. It'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 34-yard line now. Becker again looking to his left. Wants to throw, steps up, and they got him by the helmet, knocked down, and no, he's just kept his footing. And scrambles free up across the 40. He's got a first down.
Oh, man, that's going to be let's see if that's going to be a late hit on that on Mark Daly. Mark Daly's hustling on that. That's why you get excited about Becker. He throws a couple of bad picks, but tremendous talent and tremendous heart on that play to chase. And that's going to be another personal foul on Homestead. And it's getting a little chippy out there here towards the end of the game. But, man, how about that, Joe? I thought he was going to go down 2 or 3 times before that in those hits.
Instead of a sack and a loss, he scrambles and stumbles around, but keeps enough of his footing to, and then the late hit will add on yardage. Penalty yardage down to the Homestead 37, and still 4:23 remaining, so Carroll not done.
And look at them out there barking at each other. They say, heck the heck, we'll turn the scoreboard off and this game's over. Let's play a little bit more, huh?
1st and 10, Carroll on the move now into Homestead territory. Becker wanting to throw. Looking, dances, fires over the middle, and the wide, low one that's incomplete. Looking for Leighton Mitchell again on a crossing pattern.
Good job by Donovan Leonard that time. He was step for step with Leighton Mitchell, and they love to run those crossing patterns, Carroll does. But Homestead's done a good job with that man-to-man defense with that, and that defense has held up pretty good tonight.
Hurry-up offense now as the Chargers get set at the line of scrimmage. Once again, Becker looking to throw. Looks left side quickly. This time he's got a catch, and that is Englert inside the 20. And the junior, 5'11", will have 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line for the Chargers.
Yeah, he steps in front of Malachi. Making that time to make that catch. And Englert has really come on at the end of the year, Joe. He had a couple of touchdown catches last week.
They'll spot it at 19 of Homestead. Carroll still got time to get closer. Becker drops to throw. Looks through the fade left side of the battle for the loose ball that is incomplete.
Good job. Good defense out there by Micken that time. 5'11", 190, the senior. And again, he turns around, finds that football, Joe, and that's a heck of a play by number 20 in the blue out there for Homestead.
Mason Englert was the intended receiver at 5'11". Good defense by Homestead as Becker has the ball again. Rolls to his right side. Throws the little out pattern. He's got a catch inside the 10. Or is it a catch?
We'll see. The timing was there. Looked like he was looking for Mitchell. I thought Mitchell is coming back. Okay. That was good timing, but good job by Leonard to close down on that play. So Leonard's played himself a good game, Joe. You know, he's got a lot of ability out there at the corner position too, and he's been matched up on Mitchell, but he's put himself a good game.
Now it's 3rd down and 10, though. Bransfield part of a trips package. He's in the middle of 2 wideouts to the right side for Becker. Empty backfield. Looking, steps up, throws in the middle. And that one, is it picked off again?
Oh, my gosh, that is another interception. That's Archibald again, Joe. I can't believe he got that one. Wow.
Right along the back end, the end line, and before he got 1 foot in bounds, it'll be an interception. And Homestead again with the pick, and they'll have it back.
Can you feel it? I got to send this tape out tonight. Can you feel it, Jake Archibald? Wow. How did he catch that one?
Well, he's had one of those nights that you just dream about.
Unbelievable. I think even the people in the stands were a little bit and all over that one, thinking, did he really catch it? Can you feel it? Wow.
So the Spartans now with 3:36 remaining. They'll go on back on offense. Let's see if Carroll, let's see if Homestead is going to run the football. And straight ahead carry across the 20 up to about the 24-yard line, close to the 25. Right now the clock, the ally of the Spartans. We're inside of 3.5 minutes time remaining. Ryan Burton, that last carry now checks out of there. They'll bring in Tyler Burris, who started as the starting running back tonight for Chad Zollman. So that's a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. We're inside of 3 minutes time remaining. Goody content to take the play clock down inside of 8. We're down inside of 7. Goody still waiting to take that snap. Now he's got it. Looks again, and Burris finds a little bit of a seam through on the left side. And out close to the first down stick. Yes, he's got the first down, and that'll stop the clock only for a moment. Well, it should stop. They will not. They'll keep it running. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the Homestead 31. Now the Spartans, who dodged that bullet, won in overtime on the Gunner Fry field goal last week down at Noblesville. Here tonight, ran out to a 17-0 lead. Carroll fought back, got within 10, but the Homestead Spartans are really with Jake Archibald show here tonight, and they lead it now 38-14. Another run play by Homestead will take the ball out to the 35. Joe Walburn making his way down. Be talking to Chad Zollman, and we'll see if we get some of the Homestead's players on as well. We're down inside of 1:47 time remaining. Another gain of 5 yards by Homestead, just running out the final seconds. Sam Scavo is checked into the ball game as well. Got some new numbers in there for the Spartans with 92 seconds remaining. It'll be 2nd down and 5. And Homestead will get ready for Carmel here next Friday night at Dave Walters Memorial Stadium. Get a run play up the middle. Carroll trying to stuff the middle. They get that job done. It'll be short of the first down stick to the 37-yard line. 1:09 left to play. Well, for the Homestead Spartans, looking for their first sectional championship since going back to 2016. They were 9-3 that year. They beat Warsaw 52-27. And, of course, Spartans fans will remember back to 1998 when they lost the state championship. Lost to Bloomington South 35-14. As this team got what it takes. Here's Scavo on a sweep around the left side. Going to be stopped short of the first down around the 38-yard line. Again, the clock in the final 30 seconds. And the Spartans along the sidelines beginning to celebrate this victory, and they won't have to take another snap. It will be a 38-14 victory for Homestead, still unbeaten. Now 11-0 on the year and ready to take on Carmel next Friday night in the regional championship. If we get a chance, we'll After the handshakes, Joe Walburn down on the field down below. Doug Dinan and Chad Zollman will shake hands. Cam Rogers went over and actually said something to the officials as they were ready to leave the field. And I would like to think that his dad had been said, congratulate him on a good job down here tonight.
Joe, I'm down here with Coach Zollman. Coach Zollman, first of all, congratulations on the sectional championship. And I tell you what, it just felt like tonight you guys were tougher and much more physical.
You know, it's been something that this team's kind of taking pride in, is just being physical. And we've been talking about whoever plays the hardest, the longest wins these games. And so I feel like that's what our kids did tonight. They've been doing that all year, honestly.
How about Jake Archibald? I mean, 4 interceptions? I mean, he runs the big touchdown play out of the Wildcat early on. Wow, we talked about the sectional championship, but it almost felt like it was the Jake Archibald sectional championship tonight.
He put on a show tonight, didn't he? I think he scored about every way possible. Defense, rushing, catching, passing. Yeah, he had himself a night, didn't he?
He did, and Jeffrey Becker played as hard as he could, but it just seemed like your defense just had the answers. And when we broke the tape down against Snyder, it felt like when Becker got outside of the pocket, he'd make a big play, and it felt like tonight you guys really took that away.
Yeah, we concentrate all week because he keeps plays alive so long with his legs that we had to stay in coverage forever. And he's got good receivers, too. They run great routes and get themselves open, so it's a task to try to defend him for sure.
And, Coach, I want to say, you know, Joe Parson and Tommy Norris and I, we always talk about the mark of a good coach is the ability to make the adjustments, but also how hard his kids play for him. And I tell you, all the years over here, you know, averaging the 8 wins a year and all the kids that you've really helped grow into men, the biggest compliment I have for you is how hard your kids play for you.
Well, that's very kind of you. You know, my staff, honestly, has been unbelievable. I mean, they demand that sort of effort from their kids, and we as a staff talk about it, and it's just been wonderful to work with them.
Well, congratulations. I mean, well-earned hard work, and good luck next week against Carroll.
All right, thank you.
Joe Walburn with head coach Chad Zollman celebrating the sectional championship won tonight here at home by the Homestead Spartans as they win it by a final score of 38-14. We're going to take a timeout. We're coming back with our Walburn Financial Management postgame show. We'll talk about the game and maybe have a chance to visit with some of the victorious Spartan players as well. 38-14 the final. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games.